Do 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 do. Skippity pop pop pop. I need to move this because I can't see y'all. Hold on. That'll work. Hi. Move y'all over some. You over some. Hi, Instagram. No one's on YouTube yet. No one's on YouTube yet. Maybe I should make a video. Tell everybody we're live. Let me do that real quick. Let me do it. Invite, share the live. Hi. Oh, I don't need to do it. Y'all popping up. I don't need to do it. Y'all are here. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. How are y'all feeling today? I am fantastic. Great mood, great energy, fan-freaking-tastic. Better than I have felt in years, to be honest with you. I feel better than I have felt in years. Blood pressure is good. No swelling. Haven't even worn this outfit in a year. Only wore it one time. Ain't been able to fit it in a year. I kind of love the fact that I'm a hoarder because I can just shop in my own closet. I can just go back a couple of years and be like, ooh, let me break this out. Put your blood type in the comments, guys. Put your blood type in the comments. Let's get into it. I'm fantastic. How are you doing? I don't think that you really requested to be on my live. There's nothing for you to talk about on my live, is it? What is there for you to talk about on my live, man? What you want to talk about? You want to talk about something? Huh? Y'all want to talk about something? Where my blood type O's at? Come on, represent your blood type. Come on, it's been a minute. It's been a minute now. It's been a minute. Yes, I am fantastic. I am grateful that everything worked out the way it did. That scare was a wake-up call, I think. I think a lot of times when you have these moments and you feel like you have a second chance. That's how I feel. I feel like I have a whole second chance. Okay? To do even more than what I was already doing. So I'm going to take advantage of that. I am definitely going to take advantage of that. Get this Black Sheep Casino up and moving. Take CE Organics to another level. And just educate. Another book is coming because y'all need it. Okay. I don't want to believe that people don't read, but y'all need this information about this heart health and this menopause and this anxiety and all that other stuff. So I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna do what the new assignment is. Because obviously I've been given a new assignment. So I'll do it. Well, I'm right here, Miss Val. So listen, let's address this blood pressure thing first. Remember, blood pressure spans across all blood types. Please share the live on Instagram for me. Blood pressure crosses all blood type boundaries. It don't care who you are. It is the silent killer. Okay? Now, what is at the root of high blood pressure for 60% of the people that have high blood pressure? For 60% of the people that have high blood pressure, what is at the root of that is insulin resistance. Okay? For 60%. I happen to fall into the 40% whose blood pressure issues don't stem from insulin resistance. Mine stems from anxiety and menopause. Okay. I'm sure some genetics are sprinkled in there somewhere because everybody in my family has high blood pressure. My mother, my brother, and my grandma all died from strokes, aneurysms, so that's just a way of life for us. But when you have insulin resistance, it is because you are eating a lot of foods that turn into sugar in your body. So when those foods turn into sugar, it's kind of like it overloads your body with sugar and your body's insulin can't keep up with it. Okay? Because you have overloaded your system with sugar, your body's insulin cannot control the level of sugar, and that sends your blood pressure up. Okay? So what happens is your food is broken down, it's turned into glucose. Okay? So your body is going to release more insulin into, where have I been? I've been all over the world. I've been all around the world. All around the world. Okay? So your body's going to release more insulin into your bloodstream. The problem with that, though, is that the insulin is not getting into your actual cells. So your blood has all of this insulin just flowing around in your bloodstream because it hasn't done what it's supposed to do. If your body releases the insulin is supposed to go into your blood cells so that it can actually control that sugar. Well, if it can't get into the blood cells for whatever reason, one of the main reasons is it already has a bunch of insulin in your blood cells. So there's no more space for additional insulin. So it's outside the club with its face pressed against the window. Okay? So if your insulin can't get into your red blood cells, then it's swimming around in your bloodstream, and that makes your blood pressure high. Okay? That's what's making your blood pressure high. So if your body was working the way that it's supposed to work, it would control that sugar. However, we are eating more processed foods and more foods that already have sugar in it outside of us putting more sugar onto those foods or into those foods. So we are inundated with sugar. On the flip side of that, we're also inundated with salt. Okay? There's a lot of people's blood pressure that is ruled by sodium contents in food, especially processed food. Okay? If you look at every single product that you have in your house, if you look at the label of every single product that you have in your house, you will see the sodium content. Okay? That sodium content could make or break your health. Okay? I challenge you just to look at your seasonings. The reason that I hone in on the seasonings so much is because as Black people, we don't measure shit. Don't act like I'm the only person that don't measure, because y'all don't measure either. Do you? You just be free balling, just free-handed the seasoning. Just right? Don't even have measuring spoons in your house. We don't even use recipes. Do we even use recipes? Hi. Do we even use recipes? We just needs more measure with your heart. But yeah, measure with your heart if you want to. You can measure with your heart if you want to. You can measure with that heart attack. That's what you're gonna measure with. Okay. So if you are seasoning up a roast and you putting the Lowry's on it, you putting the garlic powder, onion powder, and onion powder are not the problem. It's the seasonings like the Lowry's, the Tony's, all of these mixed seasonings. They got all these different things in it. Go look at the sodium content in that. Remarkably, Old Bay doesn't have a high content of sodium, which is surprising. It's those Asian things. We don't use no recipes. Black people don't use no recipes. Because if we use recipes, we'd have to measure. Right? If we used recipes, we'd have to measure. And we ain't measuring nothing. All we gonna say is, oh, the mac and cheese, it needs this, that, and the other. Whoop, whoop, bop, 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 season to taste. Ain't that how we do it? It's my carrot juice. Ain't that how we do it? Oh, we need this kind of cheese, that kind of cheese. Now, how much sodium's in the cheese? How much sodium's in the butter? Then on top of that, you're putting the seasonings on it. Right? And then you're wondering why your blood pressure is through the roof. So salt and sugar is literally the bane of our existence right now in this country. You want to know why everybody's sick? I would say probably 90% of it is salt and sugar. If you can get away from sugar and salt, everything will change for you. Like literally, like I don't even miss the salt at this point. You know, me having that heart attack and that man telling me I have a terrible heart and I've been having heart attacks and didn't even know I was having heart attacks was all it took for me to wake up and say, fuck that salt. You mean to tell me I've been feeling this bad because I've been adding salt to my diet? I have anxiety because of menopause. This is why I've been having heart attacks. Whatever I need to do, I'm gonna stop doing it. I don't have a problem with it. I think I got that from my grandma as well. My grandmother, when my grandmother found out she was a diabetic, she stopped doing everything that she used to do and just overnight, brand new lifestyle. Immediately dropped like 60 pounds and measuring her food. She was like, fuck that. All I got to do is change my lifestyle. Because remember, guys, most of the stuff that we're dealing with are preventable. They don't want to call these diseases preventable anymore. They used to call them preventable, but they don't call them preventable anymore because they don't really want you to know that they're preventable, but they are. Not only are they preventable, but you can also turn them around. They can be reversed. So you are very lucky. I was very lucky to have gone to the hospital. You said it's so hard for me to stop adding salt, but I did. I mean, anything worth doing in life is hard. Right? I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to die for no plate of food. I'm not going to die for no plate of food. Fuck that food. I'm not going to die or stroke out or have a heart attack over no plate of food. I've traveled the world. I've had some delicious food. I have yet to have a plate of food that I'm willing to die for. I don't care if it's in France. I don't care if it's in Nigeria, Ethiopia, Dubai. I don't care where I was. Paris. I don't care where I was. I have yet to have a plate of food that's like, oh, kill me now. I don't want to taste anything else. That was the one. That's the one I want to end my life on. Are you kidding? Right? Exactly. Nothing tastes as good as healthy feels. Do you understand how grateful I am to get up out of the bed every day with energy, no aches and no pains, in a good mood, no anxiety? No, I mean, my life has just been anxiety for the past 5 years. Cheat day. What's a cheat day? You mean to tell me that you are willing to have a stroke on a cheat day with salt? Are y'all, is something wrong with y'all? Something's wrong with y'all. Cheat day? Who are you cheating, ma'am? I'll wait. Who are you cheating? That's like saying I'm an alcoholic, but I'm gonna only go to the bar once a week. That's like saying, yeah, welcome back. Exactly. That's like saying I'm a crackhead, but I'm only gonna use crack once a week. For the rest of the week, I'm on the wagon. But just on the weekends. Y'all don't hear how crazy that sounds? That sounds crazy, don't it? Sound crazy? It's so easy for y'all to accept that people are drug addicts and they are addicted to the drugs, but y'all cannot accept that y'all are addicted to these foods. It's easy for y'all to accept that somebody's on heroin and meth and fentanyl and all sorts of stuff. I'm probably gonna get kicked off TikTok for just saying these words. I don't know how the new TikTok runs nowadays, so I didn't even, I'm gonna be off this. I'm gonna be off this because they said it's going to be Zionist run now. So I'm gonna be off this soon anyway. So y'all probably want to go follow me on Instagram and YouTube. Okay. So if you are dealing with high blood pressure, your main concern is cutting out sugar and salt in your diet. I know it's going to be hard, and I'm not saying do it drastically. If you can't do it drastically, do it moderately, but lower it. I'm the type of person that's like this or that. That's just my personality. I have no middle ground. I don't have no shit's gray. It's either black or it's white. If it's gray, you didn't use enough Clorox bleach on it. That's my mindset. Either I'm gonna do it or I'm not gonna do it. There's no point in me being some halfway anything. Okay? If I'm gonna stop using salt, then I'm gonna stop using salt. That's it. Okay? What y'all talking about over here? 50. Yes, I'm coming down. What are we talking about, Miss Tracy? Yesterday, bowling was so fun. We had a fantastic time. I didn't even know if I could remember how to bowl. And then I threw the first ball. I was like, oh, okay, muscle memory. I got it. So I did 130 on the first game, and then I hit exactly 100 on the second game because I refuse to leave if I'm less than 100. But felt good. Worked up a little bit of a sweat. Get my little exercise on. Got up this morning, did my stretches and a little bit of yoga. Yoga's hard. Listen, I don't want nobody sitting up here telling y'all that yoga is easy. It is not. Okay, I don't even know why they call it hot yoga. Yoga hard. You're gonna be hot regardless. Your son's blood sugar was at 800. How is that even possible? How is that even? What's a normal blood sugar range? Let's go find out. Let's go ask. What is a normal blood sugar? How old is your son? It says healthy adults is 70 to 99. Please tell me how your son's sugar was 800. Hi. Well, y'all on TikTok. TikTok closed down my main account. My main account had over 200,000 followers on it. And then they closed down my second account, which had 20,000 followers on it. So they don't want me on here doing nothing. Any opinions on the shake plate? You mean my vibration board? I love it. Even before I figured out what was wrong with me, I would sit down in the chair just so I wouldn't lose circulation in my legs. I would sit in a chair and just put my feet on the vibration board. And it still was raising my heart rate and, doing what it was supposed to do. I love that thing. I'm probably going to get on it tonight. But listen, if you're doing that thing right, that thing is not easy either. If you're doing that vibration board right, that thing is not easy either. You said we need beef, and I ended up in the hospital because I had too much fat in my liver. Well, how much fucking beef were you eating? Your fatty liver could have come from acetaminophen. Look how easy I can say acetaminophen. Your president couldn't even say the word correctly. Your fatty liver don't just come from meat, ma'am. Your fatty liver can come from drinking. It can come from you taking over-the-counter meds. It can come from you taking a bunch of Pepsid. Yeah, it's not just from meat. Don't try to blame your shit on meat. Nobody tell you to go out and eat a cow. Y'all gonna have to employ some common sense now. Blood type O. Can't you tell? You said we needed beef, and I ended up in the hospital with a fatty liver. A fatty liver doesn't happen overnight. Okay? A fatty liver doesn't happen overnight, pink sugar. Eat what you want to eat, ma'am. A fatty liver don't happen overnight. So what have you been doing in your past? I don't drink or none of that stuff now. If there's something wrong with my liver, it had happened over time. Because I was drinking, but I haven't drank in 6 months. Don't happen overnight. Okay? Y'all need to understand, am I against Celtic salt? I'm not against anything. Y'all need to do what y'all need to do for yourselves. I don't have no beef with salt. I'm just telling y'all to start being mindful of your sodium levels. I'm not out here beefing with Celtic salt. Okay? I'm telling y'all to read the labels. Know what you are putting in your mouth. You are responsible for what you put in your mouth. You are responsible for what you put in your mouth. What happens to your body is your responsibility. Unless somebody comes along and beats you up or hits you with a bus or something, then that's out of your control. But if you are sick, it is because you did something. I will take full responsibility for me having heart attacks in my house. Now, menopause comes to all of us, right? Menopause comes to all of us. Anxiety will hit all of us. Look at the world we're living in right now. But I will take full responsibility for eating way too much fucking sodium all day, every day. Okay? I will take full responsibility for me eating way more sodium than I had business eating with my family history. How often should you eat beef? Ma'am, that is completely up to you. And what are your side dishes? Y'all always want to blame the beef for y'all illnesses when it's the beef that heals up your body. So I sincerely doubt that it was the beef that landed you in the hospital. Y'all always want to blame the thing you don't want to eat. What were you eating before you started eating beef, ma'am? Were you vegan? Were you vegetarian? Were you eating pork and chicken? What were you eating before you switched, before you met me? Before you saw this face on your screen, what were you eating? Because I can guarantee you were eating that for years before you started eating the beef. So why are you going to blame all of your ailments on the beef that is literally healing your body up? You were vegetarian. Your liver was fucked up before you ever met beef. You are blaming the beef, which literally is healing up your body as a blood type O, when you did so much damage to it as a vegetarian. I knew it. You sounded like a vegetarian because you were talking crazy. I knew it. Only vegetarians blame beef for their problems. I knew it. I knew it. Ain't no blood type O landed in no hospital from eating beef. Not one of you. Unless your ass has been a vegetarian for all these years and you've done so much damage to your body that the beef is like, shit, we need to have emergency beef up in here. This shit is fucked up. You said I might not be doing it 100% correctly, but I sure share. Well, I mean, do your best, Grandma. You did it for 1 year. That's enough. I did it for 2 weeks and gained 10 pounds of inflammation. It don't matter how long you've been eating wrong, it's still damaging your system. Period. Okay? Red meat, if the person is a blood type O, red meat is not going to cause inflammation if they have RA. The question is, why do you have RA? You have RA because you haven't been eating the red meat. So y'all got this whole thing backwards. Ask yourself why you have the illnesses that you have. You have the illnesses that you have because you've been eating incorrectly this entire time. Period. So the only way for you to correct what is going wrong is for you to start eating the right foods. And it takes a minute for those foods to repair your body. Your body is in a state of ill repair, disrepair. So it takes a minute. You're not going to take your car that was completely totaled to a mechanic and think it's going to be fixed overnight. Y'all have absolutely no patience with your body. The one thing I am very, very patient with, I have way more patience for myself than I have for other people. Okay? That's what it is. It does work. It works. Just relax. Some of y'all just be giving yourselves more anxiety over how long it takes. Well, it takes that long because you've damaged your body for that long. Okay? And even before you started eating vegetarian, let me tell y'all why y'all go vegetarian. I'll say this every time. The only reason that y'all choose to be vegetarian is because you are addicted to carbs. Y'all out here trying to make everybody believe that going vegetarian and vegan is a flex. When in all actuality, you can't give up potatoes. You can't give up cheese. You can't give up cottage cheese. You can't give up all of them French fries and all of that pizza crust and all of that bread and all of that rice and all of that quinoa. You cannot give up carbs. So as much as y'all try to act like y'all are above the rest of us humans, you're not. You're lying to yourself. And we know you're lying. We see you. Okay? Because every day you'll sit and eat a freaking ginormous stuffed potato and think that you're better than somebody that's eating meat when now your liver's jacked up. Any opinions on oatmeal? If you want to eat oatmeal, eat it. I'm eating oatmeal. Why? Because I'm on a cardiac way of eating now. I have to heal my heart up. And if oats can help build my heart up faster, then I'm going to stumble through a bowl of oatmeal. But nobody said to eat 4 and 5 servings of oatmeal, which is what most people are doing. Y'all are not measuring nothing. Y'all will have overnight oats in a big ass mason jar this big with some chia seeds and think you the bomb. Oh, it's my overnight oats and I put some chia seeds and some strawberries in it. You got 4 servings of oats. Now your blood sugar's through the roof. Hey, Lindy. Yeah, I'm back, girl. I'm back. So now you got 4 servings of oats. Your blood sugar is through the roof. And now you put yourself in an insulin resistant state, which is now going to raise your blood pressure. Now, you having 1 serving of oatmeal is not going to raise your blood sugar to that level. So y'all have to start measuring. That's why the serving sizes are on the package. Everybody ignores that. When y'all are looking at the calorie content, when y'all are looking at the calorie content on the food, and you're looking at the fat, and you're looking at the carbs, that's per serving, boo-boo. That's per serving. That's not for the whole bag or for the whole box. That's per serving. So when y'all be eating the whole thing, you're eating like 5 servings. So now you got to multiply. If it said it had 4 grams of fat, right? And it has 5 servings in the container, now you've eaten 20 grams of fat. If it said it had 25 grams of carbs and it's 5 servings, now you got 125 grams of carbs in one sitting. If the sodium said it was 100 milligrams of sodium and it's 5 servings, now you got 500 milligrams of sodium because you ate the whole thing. You try to find the best brand of oats your dollars can pay for. Okay? I don't get paid to promote oatmeal, so I'm not out here giving no oatmeal brands. You get the best. Don't get no Quaker. I'm going to tell you the two to stay away from. Stay away from Walmart and generic oats, and stay away from Quaker oats. Okay? It's them serving sizes. We're not doing the math. The math is mathing. Okay? The math is mathing. And trust me, I'm with y'all. I was ignoring the shit too. So use me as a cautionary tale, friends. Use me as a cautionary tale. Don't be like me. Don't be hard-headed. Don't be stubborn. Okay? Because that's what it took me that long to realize, holy shit. And my biggest problem is now, if I were an O, I don't think I would have the same problems, right? Because I know that I would have a steak. I know that I would have some vegetables. It ain't too much you can mess up with a steak and some vegetables, right? However, with my blood type, I benefit from all of these different fish. So I got tuna, I got salmon, I got snapper, I got sardines, I got tuna, I got all this stuff. Well, if you look at the canned tuna, the canned sardines, all those things are super high in sodium. Okay. What y'all also may not be aware of, also I benefit from turkey. Okay. Another thing that y'all may not be aware of is turkey and all these whole foods already have sodium in it. The foods that have been preserved in salt. Okay. Most of these foods have been preserved in salts. Same with the drinks. Absolutely. I don't drink nothing but something I done juice myself or water. I'm not playing around. Okay. Turkey has 220 milligrams of sodium per 2 ounces. Who's eating 2 ounces of turkey? How do you know what 2 ounces of turkey even looks like? You eating a whole turkey drumstick. That's about 10 ounces. So multiply the 220 milligrams of sodium times 10. Now you got 2,200 milligrams of sodium because you done ate a turkey leg. Now here's the thing. You done seasoned that turkey to the gods. You done injected shit in it. You done marinated it overnight. You done brined it in salt water. You done fried it in peanut oil. I'm dead just thinking about it. And you wondering why black folks is stroking out, why black folks is having heart attacks, why black women are dying, why 305,000 women per year die from heart attacks, and 59% of those are women. I'm sorry, 59% of those are black women. Out of the 305,000 women that die per year from heart attacks, 59% are black women. Okay. So trust and believe, I was shocked when I started looking at the meats and the fish and the sardines and all that stuff and all of the sodium that's in it. It is just like sugar. We don't think about that. Just we've accepted that they sneak sugar in everything. We have yet to accept that they sneak salt into everything too. Okay. Your favorite seafoods. This is another reason why nobody benefits from seafood. Shrimp, another one. 220 milligrams of sodium in shrimp. That's a serving. You're not eating a serving, because guess what a serving size is? A serving size is just 5. You're not eating just 5 shrimp in a seafood boil. You're eating a whole pound. Let's see how much sodium content is in a pound of shrimp. Sodium content. Sodium content in a pound of shrimp. Woo! The sodium content in 1 pound of 16 ounces of shrimp can vary from 400 milligrams to over 1,300 milligrams, depending on whether the shrimp is raw or cooked, its size, and if any salt or sodium containing treatments have been applied. 1 3-ounce serving of raw or cooked shrimp typically contains 90 milligrams to 520 milligrams of sodium, with some raw samples showing much higher levels. That's crazy. So hold on, let me go look at some other stuff. Let's go look at some other stuff, shall we? It says, does rinsing frozen shrimp reduce sodium? Yes. Rinsing and soaking frozen shrimp in water helps to reduce the sodium content by washing away added salt and water-soluble additives like phosphates. Remember when I said a lot of these foods are stored in sodium in saltwater solutions? Turkeys, that's one of them. Okay? So brining your turkey in salt water makes no sense. I used to do it. Okay? You could probably just get away with just putting your turkey in just regular water because it already has the sodium in it. Look at these guys. They had baths today. So whenever they have baths, they try their best to get as dirty as possible. Let's go see something. Sodium content in beef. Let's see what it says. 61 milligrams of sodium in a 3-ounce serving of beef. What meat has the lowest in sodium? Fresh or frozen, skinless poultry like chicken or turkey, lean cuts of beef and pork, and fresh or frozen fish. It says how much sodium is in 1 pound of 80/20 ground beef. 303 milligrams of sodium for a whole pound of beef. But you're not going to eat a whole pound of beef, are you? You're eating a whole pound? Hold on. Let's see what else. What else y'all out here eating? Let's see what lamb has. Sodium in lamb. 61. So 61 milligrams in a 3-ounce serving of lamb as well. But y'all aren't just eating a 3-ounce serving, are you? Is lamb a healthier meat than beef? Neither lamb nor beef is definitely healthier. You know, they're going to try everything in their power to keep you off from eating beef. Anything in their power. Somebody asked if lamb is high in sugar. None. So, high blood pressure. Your high blood pressure could be because of sugar, which is because of insulin resistance. It could be of salt. Okay. 60% of the people with high blood pressure have it because they're insulin resistant. That means that they're eating too much sugar for the insulin in their body to break down, okay, or to manage. The other 40% could be from stress. It could be from, my case, menopause, which is triggering anxiety. It could be from salt content in your food. So the challenge is Please read all of the labels in your house. Please cut back, way back on the seasonings that you guys use. And it's probably better that you make your own seasonings. Like that's what I had started doing instead of like buying like Lowry's and Tony's and all of these other things. At least I know what's in it. So if I'm going to put garlic powder, onion powder, some thyme, some rosemary, and some salt, at least then you are controlling the sodium content of your mixed herb seasonings, if that makes sense. Okay. Out of nowhere, shellfish had my feet and ankles swollen as hell. It wasn't out of nowhere. You wasn't supposed to be eating it, and you know that. Why y'all think B Love's fingers look like sausages? Her fingers look like Vienna sausages. There are so many negative side effects from eating seafood. And I was eating it like every week before I started eating for my blood type. We were doing a seafood boil every Friday, like clockwork. Like clockwork. And yes, inflammation. Yes, swelling. Okay. But it tastes so good, you were willing to do it, right? I am no longer willing to deal with the consequences of eating the wrong food. I'm just not, I'm over it. Start making your own seasons a year ago. Good. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm completely over it. I don't want to deal with the only consequences I want to deal with from food is energy. And that's it. Okay. I just want my energy to be through the roof. That's it for me. Okay. So as a blood type O, let's talk about what ailments you guys are prone to. Okay. Number one is insulin resistance. The reason that blood type O has a real big problem with this insulin resistance is because y'all are not supposed to have no sugar at all. Your body cannot tolerate sugar at all. None of it. None of it. No, I'm on O right now. I have to get this big cough out. It's just sitting there. I want to clear my throat. I think that did it. Okay. So also intestinal. What's up, dude? If you're gonna jump up here, you gonna lay down or you gonna come here? What's up? Hi, Booter. You look very handsome today. You look very handsome. You also have intestinal dysbiosis. Dysbiosis is bad bacteria in your gut. A lot of the ailments that we deal with come from bad bacteria. Okay. So when you have your gut is your center. It is your body's center. Hi. Hey, John. I'm back. I made it. So your gut is your body's center. So when you are eating foods that your gut doesn't like, it's going to turn your good bacteria into bad bacteria. Okay? There's no way to rid your body of bacteria. Your body is made up of bacteria. Bacteria is your bestest friend if you are giving it what it needs. Okay? But if you are out here feeding it foods that it doesn't like, then you are going to make it your worst enemy. Okay? This is why I'm so glad I didn't have to go on any antibiotics or anything, because when you take antibiotics, think about the word. The word is antibiotic. Your entire gut is biotics. Okay? So your friendly gut is now going to be annihilated. Okay? It's going to kill all of the protection that you have. 70% of our body's immune system is in our gut. So you are killing your body's protection because you got an infection. Okay? Another thing that y'all deal with is thyroid hormone imbalance. This is the blood type O thing that for some reason is very, very common with you guys. And then, of course, inflammation. So the first section is your insulin resistance, which is triggering your high blood pressure, which is the number one thing. What's the number one thing that y'all are not supposed to be eating? What's the number one thing? He does have a pretty color, doesn't he? What's the number one thing y'all are not supposed to be eating as a blood type O? Wheat. What does wheat turn into? You said sugar. Y'all forget that these foods turn into sugar. Wheat. Now, not only is that wheat turning into sugar, but there are 4 things that wheat does as a blood type O that happens in your body when you consume it. Okay. First thing is inflammation. It causes a violent inflammation in your intestines. That in and of itself just screams, don't fuck with wheat. You're having a violent inflammation in your intestines. That means that you are now going to have swollen and inflamed intestines. Y'all call it bloating. What do you think bloating is? Bloating is your intestines are swollen. Okay. The second thing that happens when you consume wheat is it blocks your body from absorbing minerals and nutrients from other foods. So now you got mineral deficiencies. Do y'all know what mineral deficiencies trigger in your body? Do y'all know? When you have mineral deficiencies, this is what causes, that's what the root cause of mental illnesses are. So your bipolarism, your schizophrenia, your depression, your anxiety, all of that stuff comes from you having mineral deficiencies. Well, you know, Dr. Trump said you have autism because you took Tylenol. What do you call it? What do you call it? All wheat. I don't understand the question. What you mean all wheat? As opposed, what wheat is a whole umbrella. So that means all things that fall under the wheat category, you can't have that. Yeah, your mineral deficiencies also. Let me tell you the most scary part of mineral deficiencies. The scariest part of mineral deficiencies is your body still needs the minerals. Okay, couldn't even pronounce acetaminophen. So embarrassing. So embarrassing. Oh yeah, we're so lucky we survived the rapture. We all can mark ourselves safe from the rapture today. The only reason I wanted the rapture to come is to take all of them somewhere else. Wherever the rapture was supposed to take, everybody just go ahead and take them. Take them. I don't know where y'all supposed to go. Y'all supposed to go on a spaceship like the Mormons believe? Y'all supposed to get back on a spaceship that brought y'all here to this planet? I firmly believe that that's what happened. I firmly believe in that. Somebody dropped y'all off at this melanin heavy place and you ain't know what the hell to do with yourself. So you just started acting a fucking fool. That's what happened. So listen, when you have mineral deficiencies, your body still needs the minerals, right? So your body is going to take those minerals from wherever it can. Guess where it takes it from? Your bones and your teeth. Your teeth are just an extension of your bones. I was just asking as in I'm learning. You don't have to be smart. I'm smart. I'm smart all the time. If you cannot tolerate my smart ass mouth, then read a fucking book. Don't come over here with your ego because it's not going to be as big as mine. I promise you I'll crush it. I promise you. I'll crush it by accident. The one thing y'all should never do is if I'm teaching you something and you feel the need to retort with, I don't have to be on this motherfucking live either. I can be in my room doing some other shit. That's what I could be doing. Don't tell me I don't have to be smart. I'm smart. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting here listening to me. So check your ego at the door. The only one allowed to have an ego is me. And it still is in check. So relax. Y'all are too easily embarrassed. If you too easily embarrassed, don't ask me no follow-up questions. That's what the hell Google's for. Google it. Now, what I was saying was, your body's still going to be looking for the minerals. You're going to be like, what's up with the minerals? Where the minerals at? Where the minerals at? Oh, you don't want to feed me any minerals? That's okay. That's okay. Now you got to go get knee replacement surgery. Now you got to go get dentures because your teeth are falling out because your body has sucked them all out of your bones. And guess who suffers from that more than anybody? Blood type A. Blood type A is always having to go get some knee surgery or shoulder surgery. My pinky toe is broke. My baby fingers falling off. You always got something going on with your bones. Okay? So maybe it could be the wheat. You used to look like I was 4 months pregnant eating that wheat. Girl, bloated. Just intestines just, You got 16 feet of intestines and they all swollen. So the third thing that happens when this is the crazy part right here. The third thing that happens when you eat wheat is it converts your happy hormones into anger and aggression hormones. So now the person that just asked me that follow-up question, all wheat, this is why you feel that way. A week off the wheat, you wouldn't even come back with no retorts. You would just be like, that makes sense. That makes sense. But you feeling mad, aggressive, and froggy because you probably just had a sandwich. Or it's dinner time. You probably just had a pizza, just crust. Now I got attitude. Okay? So, yeah. Look at the climate of the world we live in today. Y'all think that this shit is just normal? People been racist for centuries. But why all of a sudden they out here just shooting everybody? Because everybody's eating wheat for breakfast, wheat for lunch, wheat for dinner. You're just angry for you ask a person, why are you so angry? They don't even have an answer. They don't even know. I don't know. I just feel because you just ate cereal for breakfast. You just ate a sandwich from Subway for lunch. You just had a pizza for dinner. You just had ramen noodles. You just had French toast, pancakes, toaster strudel, Pop-Tarts. Everything that they make for breakfast is wheat-based. So then you wonder why your kids are so emotional. Why is your 14-year-old talking about unaliving himself? What the hell is so bad out in this world that you at 14 can't handle it? You ain't got no job. You ain't got to do nothing but get up and go to school every day. What's so stressful? And then you stick a bowl of cereal in front of your kid's face every day. That's what it is. Okay, what are they feeding these kids for lunch? Some type of breaded chicken, some sort of pizza, some sort of mac and cheese, which is wheat, right? So this is what we're dealing with, guys. Our ancestors were not eating wheat. If you're a blood type O, your ancestors were eating meat. They were not eating beef sandwiches. They were not eating hamburgers. They were eating some roasted cow. There were no side dishes. Okay? They killed an antelope, they ate it. There were no pots of potatoes. There was no macaroni and cheese. There was no white bread on the plate to fill you up. You ate meat. And that is how your body is today. That is what your body needs today to sustain itself, to be healthy, to get healthy, to run like the machine that it is. I envy you all. I envy, I do. And I'm not a jealous person. Because in my mind, it just seems so easy. But I'm sure if I was a no, I'd find a reason to be like, but. Not to the extent that y'all are, though. I don't think that y'all are grateful enough for your freaking genetics. I really don't. I'm like, why are they crying all the time? Why are they complaining all the time? If I knew all I had to do every day was get up and have beef in some form or fashion, and some onions and some broccoli, and that's all I really needed to feel my best and be my best and go outside and have the energy to exercise, and that's it. Why? What is the problem? But I love cheese. It doesn't love you back. I love cabbage, but it doesn't love you back. Anything that makes your intestines swell to the point that you look 4 months pregnant, it's not worth eating. Anything that makes you fart and makes everybody in your house want to evacuate your house, it is not worth eating. And I know the cabbage did. I know it did. You can't sit here and be talking about, oh, but I miss cabbage. I know you was busting off, Shivani. I know it. Y'all probably had double over farts. Y'all probably had double over gas. The gas pain was just, you're like, I will never eat cabbage again type shit. And then as soon as somebody asks you about, I miss cabbage. How you miss cabbage? That's like saying I miss getting punched in the stomach. I miss Mike Tyson coming along and just punching me in my stomach. I miss that. I really miss it. Because that's what it probably feels like. Probably feels like somebody was walking by you and was like, ugh, right in the gut. Oh. Sure, but I didn't associate it. So you had the gas, but you didn't know it was the cabbage. I benefit from cabbage and I be farting. So I know for you ones that ain't supposed to be eating, it's worse. Okay. So those are the 4 things that happen. Oh, it slows down your metabolism. So for those of you that have this slow and sluggish metabolism, it is because you're eating wheat just for 7 days, just to prove for the new folks, for the people like, all wheat. Listen, there's going to be one person on every live that just gets beat up by me. It was your rite of passage today if you're still here. I doubt that you're still here. Because most people aren't strong enough to even make it through a rite of passage. Okay? Stop wheat for 7 days and watch how your life changes. Just stop for 7 days and watch how everything changes for you. I promise. Okay? Because this time next week, you're not going to feel like the same person that you feel like today. Am I making this up, family? Am I making this up? Because y'all all went through this. Every last one of y'all that have been on this path for the last 2 years, 3 years damn near. Okay? Y'all all went through those first 7 days. And after the 3rd day, you were like, yo, I feel different. After the 3rd day. On my 3rd day, I had already lost, 6 pounds in the first 3 days? Good. I'm glad you're still here. It's a rite of passage. Everybody, listen, everybody on this live been cussed out by me over the past 3 years. Everybody. And they still come back and we still laugh about it. Everybody gets a turn. It ain't just you, so please do not take it personally. Say, yep, I have. Put your hands up if you've been cussed out by Mama Trey at least once. What you mean you don't know what I mean? I cussed you out about that cheese. I remember cussing you out about that cheese in particular. She was like, I just can't give up cheese. And I let you have it. I remember it. So please go get your foods list. Please, the thing that's going to change everything for you is your foods list. I promise you. I promise. So listen, the second thing, and this is for all of us. I got you on the potato chips. Yep. You say, I got you indirectly. Oh, it was a stray bullet, Joseph. I do be hitting people. There be some collateral damage sometimes. Sorry. But y'all learned. And y'all corrected your shit, right? So it's all that matters to me. No blood type benefits from corn. None. I just told you to calm down. I'm sorry, Shivani. None of us can have corn. None of us can have corn. All corn. Now let me break down what corn is, okay? That's your tortillas. That's your common things, right? From corn. But what you're not thinking about is the corn starch, the corn oil. Okay? Nobody ever remembers these things. Most of your liquor is made from corn. What? You're a blood type O, right? Azara, you're a blood type O? Most of your liquor is made from corn too. And people don't know that. Corn meal. You were making cabbage salads. Oh, I love a cabbage salad. I discovered cabbage salads in Nigeria. I never thought to put cabbage in a salad or to make the whole salad from cabbage. I could eat cabbage salad. Jordy talks about me so bad. He says I'm a white woman whenever I make like some coleslaw. Because I can make a whole bag of coleslaw. Oh, you're a B. Right. I can just make a whole bowl of coleslaw and just eat that. Love it. Yeah, corn on the cob, tortillas, all the chips, all that stuff. But the scariest stuff is the corn starch, the corn oil, the corn meal, the liquor. I'm missing something. What am I missing? My brain is I haven't done this in so long that it's rusty. Is this a foods list you need to purchase? Yeah. It's $6. You download it onto your phone. It's there all day, every day. I still pull my list up, and I've been doing this, almost 4 years? Corn is not in mayo, no. But I'm missing something. I'm missing one of those hidden corn things. Do y'all remember? I can't remember now. It'll come back to me. Vinegar. Thank you. Vinegar. Vinegar is in mayo. Vinegar is in ketchup. Vinegar is in every condiment in your house. That's the scariest thing about corn. Okay? Every single condiment in your house, in some way, shape, or form, has corn in it. Even your pickled relish has corn in it because it's corn starch. Go look at your labels. You know what happens when you consume corn? It stops your body from making insulin. Insulin helps control your blood sugar, your blood pressure. Insulin is one of the most important hormones in the entire body. If your body can't make insulin, you can just go ahead and hang it up. Hang it up. And all of the condiments have corn in it. Okay? So between corn and wheat, What y'all should never, ever, ever eat as a blood type O. I'm just going to read you a list because I don't have it committed to memory anymore. I got to go back and refresh my entire mind because it has been a minute. So I'm going to read all of the wheat-based stuff that y'all should not be eating. Okay? So barley, cornflakes, cornmeal, it's coming back to me. Barley, cornflakes, cornmeal, hominy, polenta, all corn grains. Cream of wheat, emmer, familia, farina, farro, gluten flour, graham flour, grape nuts, grits, kamut, lentil flour, dal, mastigum, papadum, puffed wheat, 7 grain, shredded wheat, sorghum. This is all the wheats now, okay? Sorghum, wheat bran, wheat germ, bulgur wheat, durum wheat, semolina wheat. Semolina wheat is all of your common pastas. The macaroni, the fettuccine, the spaghetti, all of those things are made from semolina wheat. Also, your ramen noodles. Ramen noodles are made from semolina. Then you got couscous, whole grain wheat, whole wheat flour, white flour, sprouted wheat, all of it. This is what is helping to raise your blood pressure because it's making you insulin resistant. Okay. This is stopping your body's production of insulin. It's just a hot mess, these grains. As a blood type O, your body cannot process grains at all. It's not designed to. You said, damn, so what can I have then? Well, when y'all have that reaction to what I just said, it just shows that you're addicted to carbs. Y'all be telling on yourselves. Because I just named everything that you eat. That's blood type O and blood type B. If I say that list and your answer is, well, damn, what can I eat? That just shows your addiction to carbohydrates. You can eat beef. That's what you can eat. Beef and vegetables. That's what you're supposed to be eating. If we really want to know the truth, the problem is carbs. Okay? Because carbs turn into sugar. So the two things that are killing us as humans is salt and sugar. And a few weeks ago, I never even included salt in that equation until it happened to me, right? And I can't fully blame mine on sodium, but I would say a lot of it, because if I'm marinating my sushi, if I'm marinating my fish to eat raw sushi bowls and all that, I'm putting thousands of milligrams of sodium on my food. Thousands. Not paying no attention to it. Oh, this food benefits me. Yes, the tuna does benefit me. Yes, the salmon does benefit me. But what I was putting on the salmon and what I was putting on the tuna was killing me. So again, I am now an advocate for heart health because I have congestive heart failure now. Mine is driven by menopause and anxiety, but that sodium will take me completely out. Did y'all see my leg? I posted the picture today. Did y'all see my leg? You can stick your finger down in my leg, and my leg skin will just wrap around your finger. Pitting edema. For what? Why did I have pitting edema? For salt? Wasn't worth it. Okay. So the third thing that you can never, ever eat as a blood type O is dairy foods. Yeah, go look at my page. Go look on my page. I don't think I put it on TikTok. I think it's on my Instagram. Yes, I have congestive heart failure. Just found out last week. I was in the hospital last week. Come to find out what's driving it, what's driving my high blood pressure, that when your blood pressure goes up, when your lungs are not 100%, it's going to put a strain on your heart. They actually said too that they would consider that sarcoidosis has gone over to my heart as well. Is it reversible? Yeah, I can bring my numbers up. Your heart is a muscle. Just about everything in your body is repairable. Okay. If I thought it was a death sentence, I would have just ended it last week. If I thought it was a death sentence, I would have ended it last week. Y'all wouldn't have seen or heard from me ever again. Okay. Would have been like, well, I'm out. I've had a great life. Yes, I'm absolutely still eating for my blood type simply because I don't have anything else wrong with me. They said the only reason that we're this encouraging about you building your EF number up, your EF number means how your heart is working, how your heart is, let me decline this person. How your heart is pumping the blood through your body. That's your EF number. Your EF number should be 60 and above. My EF number was 20. That's why I was so swollen. This is also why I had a continuous cough. This is also why I could not go to sleep, because anytime I laid on my back, I would cough incessantly. And then my body was starved for oxygen. How do I build it up? Continuing to eat what I'm supposed to eat, but without a bunch of salt. Exercise, good sleep, which I've had insomnia for years. Why? Because I have menopause and anxiety. Okay? This is what's happening. This is why, especially African American women have more heart disease than everyone else. Heart disease is the number one killer in America. Heart disease kills 300,000 women per year. Women. And men and women present differently. So when a woman is having a heart attack, it looks different from how a man has a heart attack. We can be having heart attacks and it's just a pain in our back that we ignore, or jaw pain, neck pain, shoulder pain that we just overlook. That was a heart attack. Come to find out, I was having heart attacks, y'all. I was having them. You had a good workout today? Good. I was having heart attacks in my house and didn't know it. Why didn't I know it? Because every time we've ever thought about somebody having a heart attack, we only think about Fred Sanford, right? Oh, Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, honey. You tell me if you thought of any other way heart attacks went down. You tell me. Is there any other way you think about heart attacks when you think about heart attacks? I'm waiting. Anytime we've ever thought about heart attacks, all we've ever thought of was Fred G. Sanford, right? But it was so shocking to me that, first of all, I had any heart issues, because all this time that I was sick and coughing and just being just no energy, no sleep, no nothing, did I think it was my heart. My heart was the last thing I thought was wrong with me. No, some just hit you and smack you down and you're gone. Exactly. Okay. So all this time, I thought it was my lungs. I thought I had an upper respiratory infection or walking pneumonia or RSV or some new mystery COVID strain that I had been dealing with for months. Now, mind you, I've been dealing with this for months. Good night. I've been dealing with this for months, just progressively getting worse. And then when my legs started swelling, I was like, holy shit, what's that? And I even dealt with that for 7 days before the other one started. And my aunt was like, if you don't take your ass, my aunt told me the other day she was going to get on a plane and come out here. Like she was two things she was going to do. Either she was going to get my address and send the ambulance to my house to get me, or she was going to get on a plane and show up at my house. That's how stubborn I was being about going to the hospital. So when I got to the hospital, they was like, you got congestive heart failure. And the thing is, I had told Jordan Like on that Sunday, I think I have congestive heart failure because from my research and looking at all the symptoms I have, that's what I am dealing with. And he was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "That's what I've come up with." So when I went into the hospital on Tuesday and they told me it was congestive heart failure, I was not surprised. Yeah, I thought it was my lungs this whole time. But if your lungs are bad, it's going to make your heart bad because your lungs trying to breathe, whether they are full of mucus, and I'm sure that that's what took my heart failure over the edge. I'm sure that's what pushed it over. Because for months I've been coughing up a lung, just more mucus than regular, just lung issues, right? But little did I know congestive heart failure presents like lung issues. You can't breathe. You have very shallow breathing. Okay. You cannot go to sleep without gasping for air. All of the congestive heart failure is because your body is lacking oxygen. Okay. So now your heart is overworked. It can't do what it's supposed to do, which is to pump the oxygen through your body, pump the blood through your body. This is why you're now retaining fluid because your heart is not working how it's supposed to work. Definite correlation. So the harder it was for my lungs to work, the more damage it was doing to my heart. I don't want y'all to deal with what I dealt with. I want y'all to deal with this shit before you get to my level of damage. Okay? Does that include elevated blood pressure? That's the root of it. That's the root of it. My blood pressure, listen, the whole time I was in the hospital, my blood pressure was triple digits on both of them. Mushroom boost and sea moss probably disguised it for. No, the chill did. The chill disguised it. The chill disguised it because most of the ingredients in the chill capsule, lower your blood pressure. So my blood pressure wasn't an issue until it was. Okay, because all of these things are connected. So the more anxiety I was experiencing and the deeper, because remember what I was teaching y'all the other day is this. As a woman going through menopause, as our body gets depleted of the estrogen, it exposes our arteries to damage. It causes our arteries to stiffen. I am in my 5th year of menopause, so my estrogen levels are really low. Okay. So now my arteries are wide open for damage. Okay. Every time I would have anxiety, the anxiety would raise my blood pressure, which is putting me in heart attack and stroke territory. Okay. Everybody's story is not my story. Eating according to blood type didn't make a difference. How can you say that? Are you being a smart ass, Mrs. Coleman, or are you asking sincerely? Because the only reason they were very encouraged by my diagnosis and the fact that I would recover swiftly from it is because I was eating for my blood type. I have no diabetes. I have no liver issues. I have no kidney issues. I have none of the issues most of y'all are dealing with simply because for the last 4 years, I've been eating for my blood type. You eating for your blood type is like putting the right gas in your car. Just because you put the right gas in your car doesn't mean you don't have other shit wrong with your car. So you think by putting the right gas in your car, it's going to keep you from having to repair your car when it has wear and tear on it? I'll wait for the answer. Y'all are going to have to employ some common sense. Okay. Do you believe vitamins actually help us? There is no solid answer to this. I don't even take any vitamins. I have a whole supplements company. I don't take any vitamins. The vitamins that I get come from the food that I eat. Okay. I don't take no vitamins other than the ones that are in the products that I have. I don't specifically take multivitamins, if that makes sense. You should be getting your vitamins from your food. Okay. Now, if I'm going to take most of these things, sea moss, there are 3 different ingredients in this. The sea moss is burdock root, and what's the other one? The black pepper, the bioperine, which is the synthetic black pepper. Chaga. This is not a vitamin. This is a mushroom. Okay. So I take a lot. My supplements are mushrooms or minerals or things like that. But your vitamins should be coming from your food. Makes sense doing a refresher for myself and reading the sodium content. Absolutely. Can I find out my blood type and then have a conversation or consultation with you? No, you can find out your blood type and start eating for your blood type. You don't need a consultation from me. Because the same thing that I would say to you is what I'm saying right now. And if you think I'm being a smart ass here, if you had a consultation with me, you would probably want to meet me on the playground 3 o'clock. You don't need a consultation. You really don't. You just need to eat according to the list, only eat the beneficial foods. Okay. Go get the blood test, the Eldon blood typing kit off of Amazon. It'll cost you $10. Once you find out, you have your list, only eat the beneficial foods. Okay. Don't eat any of the neutral foods. Don't eat any of the avoid foods. The reason that the neutral foods are not going to do anything for you is just like putting your car in neutral. Putting your car in neutral doesn't move your car. You want to move your health forward. Okay. Everybody's body, no one has the same body as anybody else on this live or on this planet. Okay. You could have this. I always use the car analogies because y'all know more about your cars than you do about your actual body. Okay. So even though someone may have my exact same car, same year, we could have bought it the same day. We could have, it's the exact same car. To look at it, you wouldn't know the difference. But in a year, we're going to have different wear and tear on our cars. Okay. Perfect example. I haven't pulled my car out of the garage. Yesterday was the first time in 2 months. This other person drives their car every day. I got 20,000 miles on my car. In a year, you probably have 100,000 miles on your car. So we have a different level of wear and tear on our bodies based on our experiences, previous illnesses, genetics, eating, accidents, surgeries. All of that stuff plays in to what your body is doing today. So we could be twins, and I could have had sarcoidosis and asthma, which I did. Okay. And my twin didn't. So our wear and tear is going to be different. What I am susceptible to is going to be different than what she is susceptible to. Does that make sense? Do you know what builds estrogen? I'm not trying to build estrogen. Why would I try to build estrogen when the natural thing for a woman to do is to deplete the estrogen from her body? Why would I try to put estrogen in my body when the natural thing is for the estrogen to be depleted from my body? Okay. The estrogen being depleted from our body opens us up for a whole other level of shit. But if you know what you are dealing with, then you should be able to handle it. My problem was I didn't know what I was dealing with. That's why it was important for me to go to the hospital. It was important for me to learn my numbers. It was important to me to see where I was. Because all this time, I'm trying to heal up my lung issue, and it was never my lungs to begin with. Look who it is on my FYP. You missed me. I I'm here. Blame TikTok. They kicked me off. So, and I had this account for a long time. I just never used it. And I was like, I'll start using it. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Go get an annual. If you're feeling some kind of way and you're not feeling your best, just go and get a physical. Find out what your A1C is. Find out what your EF number is for your heart. Find out what your blood pressure is. Find out all these things, because now you have a baseline to work from. Now you have a roadmap to work from. Now you know what you're dealing with. Okay? Yeah, I had sarcoidosis too. I had sarcoidosis for 6 years and I got off the meds and it went away. Go figure. And asthma. Got off the meds, went away. So the third thing that you're not supposed to be eating as a blood type O, this also applies to blood type A. So listen up. Okay? Is dairy foods. 86% of the US population is never supposed to have dairy foods. 86%. Let me make something very clear to y'all. If you think eating by blood type is going to keep you from having any type of issues in your body, it's not. But you're going to have way less than if you're not eating for your blood type. Does that make sense? And there are doctors that want to push. Just because they push it doesn't mean you have to take it. I flat out I took the meds because I was dying. And you better take the fucking meds too if your ass is dying. Period. And I flat out told them, I'm going to be on these meds until my heart is stronger, and then I'm getting off of them. My heart has to repair itself. That means doing everything that I need to do to support that. Do not be so stubborn that you're like, oh, I don't want to get on any pills. You're going to be on some pills. Either you're going to be on these damn supplements from CU Organics, or you're going to be on some other pills. You're going to be on something. You leaving there with something. It does not mean that you have to be on them for the rest of your life. But if your ass needs a crutch for a while so that some part of your body can repair itself by you eating the way you're supposed to, getting enough rest like you're supposed to, and exercising the way you're supposed to, then fucking take the meds. Your mother said the older you get, you will have to take something. You are. I don't take any medicine anymore. I didn't take any medicine anymore until I needed to. I've been off of drugs for 15 years. I have been drug-free for 15 years. You don't have to take lisinopril. I'm not on lisinopril. Do you know how many blood pressure meds there are on the market today? And it's not a one-size-fits-all, guys. If you get on something and it doesn't feel right, they will change it to something else that does. There's not one-size-fits-all when it comes to blood pressure. Get on beta blockers. I'm on beta blockers. I am not on lisinopril. Because when they tried to give it to me, I said, I'm not having y'all tear my kidneys up. And I had a black nurse and she was like, yeah, we'll tear your kidneys up. I'm not taking that. You still have the right to say I'm not taking that. And they'll be like, okay, try something else. What they love to do with black people especially, and I've taught y'all this, they love to give us lisinopril and diuretics. Y'all saw I needed the diuretics. You saw the edema. You witnessed it. They give white people beta blockers. I asked for the beta blockers. You can ask for the beta blockers. You have to. You have to advocate for yourself, or they will give you what they want to give you. Excuse me? Oh, sir. May I help you? What's up? Rude? That's rude. I am back. So don't let them people give you what they want to give you. Make them find what works for you. Okay? It was not trialed on us, only whites. Ask for the beta blockers instead. Okay? So y'all can't have no dairy. I'm gonna tell you the other stuff that's jacking y'all up. That's raising your blood pressure, making you insulin resistant. Okay, messing up your gut too. Kidney beans, lentils, bacon, navy beans, potatoes. Potatoes is a big issue, guys. 86% of the U.S. population is to never have potatoes either. That is blood type O and blood type A. Hi, Fats. What are you doing? What are you doing, Juju? We're matching today, Fat Daddy. We're matching today, Juju. I don't know what he's going on, Bill. He said, oh, no, not my kidney beans. Y'all better stop fucking around with them beans. Fat said, y'all better stop fucking around with them beans. Okay. What do I say about blood type B? I'm not there yet. What's up? Come here. Come here. Blood type B can have kidney beans if that's what you're referring to. What's up, dude? What's all this raw energy you got going on? Blood type, y'all can't have no beans. Y'all can't have no carbs. Blood type O is not for the beans. The only beans y'all can have is that Zuki beans, and I guarantee you never heard of them. I am sleeping like a baby. Let me tell y'all something. So y'all know they have me on this anti-anxiety capsule or pill, hydroxyzine. Go look it up. Okay. They said I can have up to 4 of these a day. He said I can have up to 4 of these a day. You said I was on for almost 3 years. New diagnosis, never requires some meds. Yeah, I mean, you just got to do what you got to do for a time. Doesn't mean you got to stay on them. So hold on. No, I'm talking about blood type O. I'm on blood type O right now. So they put me on this hydroxyzine. So the other day, I had taken one at night. I take them at night before I go to bed. Hi. Hey. I take them at night before I go to bed. And then, so when I get up in the morning, I'll feel great and all that stuff, right? Plus, it helps me to sleep. Well, I took one the other day during the day because I wanted to see, what this is all about during the day. When I tell y'all I was high as a kite, I have such a low tolerance for anything. Oh, y'all can have black eyed peas. Ma'am, you can have black eyed peas, but you cannot have no kidney beans. Okay? I was high as a kite. My legs felt like, how many of y'all have seen the Charlie Murphy skit on Dave Chappelle when Rick James was dragging himself across the floor after getting beat up by Eddie and Charlie? And he said his legs felt like linguine. That's how my legs felt. And I was trying to walk into Jordy's room, and I had to hold on to the wall. I had to hold on to the wall. Coming around the corner, Jordy was like, what the fuck? What's wrong? I'm literally holding on to the wall. So I get to his door, and I'm holding myself up at his door. And he's sitting behind his computer desk. He's like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, I am so high, dude. And he said something, and then I said something, and I started laughing uncontrollably. Nothing was even funny, but I started laughing so hard, and he was like, what are you laughing? And I said, I don't know, but I just could not stop laughing. I said, oh, this is bad. This is bad. Because my aunt had told me that the hydroxyzine builds up in your system so that you don't have to take it as often. So I was like, okay, this is probably, it finally has built up in my system so I don't have to take it like every day. Man, when I tell you, I was like, this. Did y'all see Wolf of Wall Street when Leonardo DiCaprio said that he drove himself home and really he crashed the Lamborghini and he fell down the steps and he was crawling around on the ground? That's what I felt like. That's what I felt like. So what I have learned is all I need is a half before bed, because I even woke up the next day and my legs still felt like buckets of water or something. They just felt loose. They just felt like they were not within my control. So I didn't take any until last night, and I took a half. No, the night before I took a half, and last night I took a half. So I know now my milligrams is not 25, it is 12.5. I don't need all of that. I don't need all of that excitement. I don't need all that looseness. I can go right to sleep with that little half pill, just be just fine the next day. Like today, I feel fantastic. No heavy legs, no giggle spells. I done found what works for me. I'm afraid to take meds for anxiety, so I fight through it. You know how much damage you're putting on your body fighting through it? Why struggle when you don't have to struggle? I'm not in my struggle period of life. I'm not in my struggle era. I don't want to struggle with nothing. Okay? You fighting is raising your cortisol, it's raising your heart rate, it's raising your blood pressure. For what? To say that you're fighting through the anxiety? Girl, go get your ass some meds and be happy. Y'all just cannot be happy. Y'all don't want to be happy. I think y'all like the struggle. I think y'all are so used to the struggle, you just like don't know what to do without struggle. Exactly. Your organs over here struggling too. Like, bitch, please, we'd like to relax. We'd like some rest. I can imagine I know better too because I'm in the medical. That's fine. Find something that works for you. Don't get this newfangled shit. Now, this hydroxyzine has been around for decades. It's tried and true. I told them what I didn't want. I do not want no Xanax. I do not want no Zoloft. I do not want none of that shit. And it was actually ChatGTP that told me, because I tell ChatGTP what's going on with my health. Like, it was literally ChatGTP, like, you need to go to the hospital. You're having an event. Okay? Hey, Joel. And ChatGTP follows up with me. He's like, so, Mama Trey, how was yesterday? How was your day today? What's going on? Da, da, da. I told him what was going on with me, and it said, these are what I would suggest. Hydroxyzine, Buspar, and something else. But it was none of that newfangled shit, and it was none of that Xanax. It was none of that Zoloft, because it's taking into consideration I'm 56, I'm going through menopause, my blood pressure is high, and I have congestive heart failure. So it's going to find the one that works for me. Exactly. It's a cousin of Benadryl. Hydroxyzine is the cousin of Benadryl. It is literally an antihistamine with a component of anti-anxiety. I'll take that because I know what Benadryl feels like. Shit, I've been like that with the linguine legs on Benadryl before. So I'm telling you, anybody that, and you know what's so funny? I've talked to my girlfriends this week who all have checked in. They were pissed that they had to find out about my condition on the internet. But when was I going to have time to call them all and be like, hey, I've been diagnosed with congestive heart failure. Wop, wop, whoop, whoop. Now I'm finding out most of them done been on damn antidepressants or freaking anti-anxiety stuff for years. I'm like, why these bitches didn't tell me? Why I'm over here fighting like R. Kelly in the comments? What the fuck? But I will say, this is why I invented Chill. And Chill, the only reason I can't take Chill is because if I took Chill with what I'm on, it would drop my blood pressure to the floor. because just about all the damn ingredients in chill monitor it, literally controls your blood pressure. So I've been controlling my blood pressure for the past 4 years until I moved into this freaking congestive heart failure. I just can't take the chill with my meds. Okay. Plus, you cannot take St. John's wort with hardly anything. If you are on any type of meds, you cannot have St. John's wort. Okay. St. John's wort is extremely powerful. Hey, Kevin, I'm doing great. How you doing? Used to be on bipolar meds and took yourself off. I ain't on nothing that strong. But yeah, you can't. That St. John's wort is woo. But I'm gonna tell you, St. John's wort is super powerful. And if you're not trying to get on meds, chill will work for you. What did I say about medicine? What did I say about mescaline? I didn't say nothing about no meclizine. I don't even know what you're talking about. I've never said anything about meclizine. I don't even know what that is. Okay. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. If y'all need anti-anxiety stuff and you don't want to go on meds, you can get the chill. The chill works amazing. You're gonna feel fantastic. Okay. But if you have why are you over here? Why are you under the desk? Get your fat ass out from under this desk, Fats. You know, turn this whole desk over. If you said what for dizziness? Why would I take something for dizziness? I don't have no dizziness. If I'm taking the right milligrams for me of my anti-anxiety, y'all saw me out driving yesterday. I didn't have no dizziness. Y'all saw me out driving yesterday. If I had some dizziness, I wouldn't be driving my car. Okay. The dizziness came from me taking that whole anti-anxiety pill, and I didn't need that level. So the next time when I go to the doctor, I'll tell them, hey, you might want to give me 12.5 milligrams if that's a thing. Instead of 25, I don't need 25. It's too strong for me. My anxiety is not to that level, apparently. That makes sense. Okay. And I'm not one, it's hydroxyzine. Yeah. I'm not one to go further than I need to. The medicine you're talking about, mescaline, yeah, that's for dizziness. It's with a Z. The zine is hydroxyzine with a Z. Yeah, and I told them this, I don't want to take more than what I need to take. And they were like, we're with you on that. So, but I feel great now. I feel like where I am, because when I went back to the doctor for the episode, I knew that the blood pressure meds were not strong enough because they were not helping my blood pressure, helping me control it. I was still in the triple digits. My bottom number was still in the triple digits. So I knew that. So when I went back, they said, oh, well, good, because we give you the lowest dosage first, and then we build up from there, because we don't want to start high and then you have nowhere to go. And I said, well, that makes sense. So what they did was double it, and it's perfect. Okay. So I'm feeling great. And so I've been eating according to my blood type. I have cut the sodium, the extra sodium out of my diet. I've lost 25 pounds. I lost 25 pounds in 9 days. And I have been maintaining my 200 pounds for the past 3 days. Okay. Remember, losing weight is calorie deficit and exercise. Okay. You're not just going to lose weight because any weight that you would lose quickly is water weight, which is what I did. Okay. That 25 pounds of water that I gained in that 2 weeks, I took off in 9 days. Now, calorie deficit and exercise, once my heart is, I'm exercising every day, but I'm going to build my level up slowly. I ain't trying to put no stress on myself. What about amlodipine? Read about it, can give you, I'm not on amlodipine, so I don't know. I can't give you input on something I don't take, if that makes sense. I don't have any input on something I do not take. That's from the water pills and just cutting out the salt, because I lost 11 pounds once I came home. So it wasn't just me being in the hospital. I lost 11 pounds here, just not eating any salt in my food. Okay. So hold on. You also you can't have potatoes, tomatoes, corn oil, food additives, guar gum, and carrageenan. You also cannot have peanut oil. Okay. These are the things that are going to cause you to be insulin resistant as a blood type O, and also will raise your blood pressure. Okay. What is giving you guys bad gut health? Bad gut health is responsible for so very many common illnesses. Your alopecia, endometriosis, COPD, yeast infections, urinary tract infections, all of your skin issues. So if you have eczema or psoriasis or rosacea, acne, all of that stuff comes from bad bacteria in your gut. Okay. What are the foods that are making your gut bacteria very angry? Dairy foods, corn, potatoes, rhubarb, and oranges. Oranges are bad for all blood types, if y'all didn't know that. Oranges create bad bacteria in everyone's gut. Every one of us. I mean, it doesn't help also that the oranges that we've been eating here in America all our lives are rotten, pretty much. Okay. Because oranges are really green on the outside and orange on the inside. But all of our lives, we've been eating oranges. You just ate an orange? Do you have your foods list? Is it Denise? Denise, you better go get your foods list. Go to brewitbaby.com and get your food list. While y'all over there, you better go get that detox tea, because when it sells out, it's gone forever. And right now it's 2 for $20. I'm trying to get them sold. This is your daytime detox tea. This is your nighttime detox tea. Okay. Get rid of those parasites in your gut so that you no longer crave sugar. Give your insides a good washing out. That's at brewitbaby.com. Okay. But those potatoes are if your hair is thinning, falling out, and all that stuff, it's them damn potatoes. Another thing that y'all need to know as Black people have more kidney issues than everybody else. Did y'all know that? Black people are literally holding up the whole dialysis industry. You want to know who's keeping dialysis clinics open? Black folks. Do you know that 76%, well, you didn't know this, but I'm telling you, 76% of African Americans can never eat potatoes. Hi. 76% of African Americans can never eat potatoes. So I was wondering, like, when I lived over in Nigeria, why were there so many renal clinics? And this was back in 2014, so I can imagine it's worse than that now. But there were renal clinics everywhere. Yeah, we are high risk for everything. Well, I'm gonna tell you why, Miss Denise. I'm gonna tell you why. Especially Black women, we're at the top of the high risk everything. Okay. But I couldn't understand why there's so many renal clinics in Nigeria. Like, I'm like, y'all supposed to be healthy and eating all this healthy food. Well, they're eating pounded yam. They're eating pounded yam as a potato. So with every meal as a Nigerian, you're eating starch. You're eating fufu, or you're eating pounded yam or gari or whatever. And most of the people there are blood type O. And what have I said a bazillion times? Blood type O's cannot tolerate sugar in any way, shape, or form. St. John's Wort is on the do not take list for, yeah. Yes, I went bowling. It was awesome. I did well. I sweated. I completed 2 games. Did a 130 on my first game, 100 on my second game. So many carbs. And then you have this pounded yam, which is taking out their kidneys. Well, the thing is, these potatoes, there is a gene in people of African descent. Okay. The gene is called what is the gene called now? I can't even remember. Oh, APOL1. Gosh, let me take a month off. I don't remember shit. Okay. You said Everson Walls of the Dallas Cowboys gave his former teammate Ron Springs one of his kidneys. Wow. That's very cool. Okay. The APOL1 gene. Thank you, Joel. The APOL1 gene makes our kidneys more susceptible to damage. Okay. From inflammation and infections. When we eat potatoes, it immediately triggers inflammation in all of our bodies because it's a nightshade vegetable. Nightshade vegetables are a class of vegetables that emit a phytotoxin into our bloodstream to try to kill us while we are killing it. Okay? They have their own built-in insecticide, if you will, to protect them from insects eating them. And then we eat them. So that same phytotoxin is being released into our bloodstream, which is going to head right on down to our kidneys. This is why Black people are more susceptible. Hi, Myra. This is why Black people are more susceptible to kidney damage, because our kidneys are already vulnerable because of that particular gene. I used to feel fight or flight symptoms when I used to eat them. They immediately swell me up. But that's all nightshade vegetables now. If you think about it, that's eggplant, that's sorrel, that's potatoes, tomatoes. All of those are nightshade vegetables. Tomatillos, okay? So really, inflammation is everything about your meals should be anti-inflammatory. If you eat something that inflames you, that is a problem. Okay? Because swelling is a sure sign that something is not right in your body. Remember that. Okay? Swelling is a sure sign. You always see swelling around the wound. If you cut your finger right now, you would see that it would swell around the wound because your body is trying to repair that. Swelling is your body trying to fix something that is wrong in your body. There are many health food gurus that are opposed to nightshade. Good. There are a lot of health food gurus that are not opposed to it. And they can't figure out why they're in pain all the time, why they have to have this surgery on their knees. I'm talking about Auntie Tab. All of these people out here that y'all gonna be like, oh, I love Auntie Tab. Auntie Tab gonna get y'all fucked up. Because Auntie Tab is fucked up. Okay? If my problems came from food in its natural state, then I would stop talking to y'all about eating according to your blood type. I would hang it up. Okay? My health issues did not come from eating food in its natural state. My issues came from me being thrown into menopause. I didn't have none of these issues before 50. The first time in my life I had anxiety was at 50, going through menopause. I had none of this shit going on. How many of y'all just your health just fell over a cliff going into menopause? I can't be the only one. I was healthy one day and sick the next. It was crazy. And then menopause makes you feel crazy, don't it? I became anxious. I became paranoid. I became sleepless. I became all these things going through menopause. things that I never ever was before. And here's the truth. They don't give a fuck about us going through menopause. They don't do no research on it. They don't spend no money on it. They do not care. They do not care. Because once you are past childbearing years in America, you're useless to them. If you can't pop out no babies, what use are you to them? So they're not going to spend any money researching it. They're not going to educate us on it. They're just going to let us think we're crazy. No sugar for blood type on all peppers. No sugar for blood type are all peppers nightshade vegetables. Well, bell peppers are. Cayenne pepper, the red peppers are as well. Yours hit at 57. Mine hit at 50 on the dot. Yeah, my aunt said she went through hers for 12 years. First of all, when I found out that it was 5 to 7 years, I was like, I can't live like this. Now, you know what improved my menopause exponentially? Me eating for my blood type. I went from being in the bed, swollen from head to toe, could not get out of the bed, bleeding profusely for over 6 weeks, bleeding every day. Hard, heavy, no energy, no nothing. I felt like I was dying. And God was like, eat for your blood type. That's what started this whole thing. So my face was melting off. I was having 10 to 12 hot flashes a day. I was having night sweats. I was having all of the typical menopause symptoms. And when I immediately saw that list and saw all the foods on my avoids list, I was like, that makes sense. Because I was eating chicken like at least 3-4 times a week, right? And as a blood type AB and a blood type B, which is Jordan, we're never supposed to eat chicken. Chicken will literally kill us. And here I was eating chicken 3 to 4 times a week, and it was literally killing me. So once I cut out chicken, that was half the battle. All of the common menopause symptoms went away. All of them. I never had another hot flash. I never had another night sweat. I never had any of that shit. I stopped bleeding immediately. I had the energy. My anemia went away. All of that stuff that I was dealing with was gone once I started eating for my blood type. What type of meat can I eat? I'm mostly pescatarian. I benefit from turkey, but I eat more fish and tofu than I eat turkey. That's the only meat I can have, which is not really meat. It's poultry. Okay? But no one should be eating chicken, especially if you're going through menopause. Because what's happening is, remember this person asked me about how can I increase my estrogen? I said, why would I want to? That's what's happening when you're eating chicken. You are literally pumping your body that's supposed to be depleting itself of estrogen with 100 times the level of estrogen you already have in your body. Okay? Damn, you love baked chicken? Is this your first time seeing me? This must be your first time seeing me. Chicken is literally one of the worst things you can ever eat. It is literally one of the worst things you can ever eat. You want to know why your little girls have their periods at 9, 10 years old? Chicken. African Americans have the highest level of estrogen of all other races of people. Why is that? Because we start eating chicken as soon as you got 2 teeth in your mouth. You're taking them over to the McDonald's, getting them damn chicken nuggets. And then you're cooking chicken 3-4 times a week. You're just pumping your body full of estrogen. Estrogen is what feeds autoimmune diseases. Why is it that Black women have more lupus, more MS, more autoimmune diseases than any other race of people because our estrogen is higher than everyone else's. Diseases cannot survive in your body without you feeding it. The only way to get rid of a disease is to starve it. Yeah. Did you see did I see your comment on inflammation, or did YouTube hide it? I didn't see it. The last thing I saw was your thing about nightshades. You said you want some estrogen so you don't go bald. I embrace it. Unless you got a funny shaped head like Neo. You gotta check your head. You gotta check your head shape before you go bald. You can't. You gotta check it. You gotta make sure it's kind of round in the back, not flat. But yeah, man, that chicken will kill you. What is your blood type, Lynn? So chicken is not beneficial to any blood type. That should tell you something. Okay. I was told to take estrogen replacement. You can if you want to. I don't think it's that important because they always say, yeah, chicken will kill you, ma'am. What happens is, here's the technical reason. There is a lectin in the meat of the chicken. A lectin is just a small protein that's in all whole foods. Well, the lectin that's in chicken attacks our bloodstream. It causes our red blood cells to fuse together, creating blood clots, pulmonary embolisms, autoimmune diseases, and stroke. And blood type B is very susceptible to blood clots. My whole father's side is blood type B. My mother's side is blood type A. This is why I am a blood type AB. My mother was an A. My aunties were all A's. My grandma was an A. All of them are A's. Okay. My father, all his sisters and brothers are all B's. The Wilbons are always in and out of the hospital for blood clots and congestive heart failure. Now, mind you, my grandma had congestive heart failure, and several people on my father's side had congestive heart failure. 50 is creeping up on you. Be on the lookout, because menopause is around the corner. Like I said, inflammation, as you said, is the body's response to cellular damage. That recent virus, the vid, causes stronger than normal inflammatory responses, which is dangerous. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. What is the vid? There's a new, they done gave it a name? Are lectin blocker supplements useful? I think it's a scam. I think it's better for you not to eat the shit you're not supposed to eat. So you would rather eat the food that you're not supposed to eat and then use a capsule that they claim is going to block the lectins. How would you know? Until it's too late. It's better for you to just stop eating the food you're not supposed to eat. Y'all love to think, listen, I have a supplements company. The best thing you can do for yourself is put the right food in your body. There is no supplement on the market that is going to help anything if you're still eating wrong. There's no, listen, just like I'm on prescription drugs. These prescription drugs would never help me if I'm still eating wrong. This is why when people say, yeah, I'm on high blood pressure meds, but you're still eating a high sodium diet, I'm looking at y'all like, what the fuck are y'all doing? I thought the point was to get off of the meds. I thought the point was to fix what is wrong with you so you are no longer dependent on the drugs. But that's not how y'all think about it. Y'all are like, oh, I'm on blood pressure meds. I'm going to be on that for the rest of my life. I may as well just go ahead and enjoy these seafood boils. I may as well just go ahead and enjoy this super salty chicken or whatever else you be eating. Y'all think that just because you're on high blood medication, that's going to exempt you from the disrepair you're throwing your heart into? Your heart is never going to be able to repair itself if you're still eating the wrong foods. It is only food that is going to support your body healing itself. That's it. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. When I was a kid, we ate chicken once a week and it was real chicken. Well, this chicken is real too. It's just been genetically modified. The chickens that you guys are eating today have been genetically modified to have higher levels of estrogen so that they grow super fast. That's all. So whenever y'all talk about GMO vegetables and fruits, I'm like, the most obvious thing that is GMO is the chicken that you guys are eating every day. First of all, that chicken is big as fuck. A chicken can grow from a chick to 6.5 pounds in 42 days. Church's chicken has historically been the biggest chicken on the freaking market for decades. I have never in my days seen a chicken that measures up to a Church's chicken. And the rumor is that chicken was made just for us. That's like the General's fried chicken from Undercover Brother. I don't think I've ever seen a white person eat Church's chicken. Has anyone ever witnessed a white person eating Church's chicken? Put in the comments if you've ever seen a white person eating Church's chicken in your life. Maybe down in the South, but I've never seen it. I ain't never seen it. You have? Was it in the South? Was it in the South? They like Popeyes. You said you're white and you've had Church's chicken and you're in the South. I have never, if I ever witnessed a white person eating Church's chicken, I'd be like, y'all will go to some KFC and some Popeyes though. What? I don't think I've eaten Church's chicken since I was a teenager. But I just remember that drumstick would be like a turkey leg. That drumstick would be like a turkey leg. It was crunchy though. I ain't even gonna say it was bad. It was delicious. It was juicy. It had its attributes, but I cannot. It was always in a black neighborhood. That's what I'm trying to figure out where Green to Lean was hanging out at. Where's you hanging out at, Green to Lean? You said you're white man. What you doing hanging out in the hood? What you doing over there? I bet you got some stories. I bet Green to Lean got some stories. So ask yourselves, where is Church's getting their chicken from? Because when you go to the wing at Church's be this big, at KFC is like this. Hi. You thought about me today? Here I am. Here I go. Here I go. I done popped up on you. Pop, pop. But yeah, y'all need to let that chicken go because that chicken is their what I call it is their disease delivery system. Okay? I don't have no disease. I have an organ that is failing. That's the difference. Okay? I don't have an autoimmune disease. Thankfully, I am a blood type AB because for some reason, it's difficult or it's very rare that blood type AB gets an autoimmune disease. Thank you. Thank you for something. Shit. So, leaky gut. Have any of y'all ever had leaky gut? You're in a small town, but yes, you was in the hood. You was invited to the cookouts. Green and Lean was invited to the cookouts, y'all. So listen, if you have leaky gut is when your intestines become so soft that food particles, when your food is being processed through your intestines, leak out. They break through your intestinal wall and leak out into your gut. Sounds painful to me. Is it painful? I've never had it, so I don't know. But here are the things that are doing it. And I would say it's probably stuff that's high in acid. So you got tomatoes, corn, dairy foods, vinegar, coffee. Remember, vinegar is made from corn. Okay. Even your apple cider vinegars are cut with regular vinegar, which is white vinegar, which is made from corn. Okay. So how many of you guys have thyroid issues? Woo! I didn't have no signs of menopause creeping up on me. It was like, who is it? Menopause. I had no warning signs at all. It went from this to that almost overnight. You can have collard greens, Perry. Collard greens are the one green that everybody benefits from. You can have collard greens. You just can't have it with no big slab of pork or fat back. You had leaky gut? Oof. Well, shit, I might have had leaky gut. You said you slept with Tums. I've slept with Tums before. I might have had leaky gut. Mine was always heartburn. Mine was always heartburn. Okay. If you have thyroid issues, let me tell you why you have thyroid issues. Okay. There are, again, a class of vegetables that are not good for blood type O. Now, y'all benefit from several different green vegetables, but these particular vegetables will cause your body to not make the iodine that will protect your thyroid. Okay. These are probably some of your favorite veggies: cabbage, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and mustard greens. If you are eating those, you are making your thyroid vulnerable to the point that your body's own immune system will attack your thyroid like it is a foreign thing that should not be in your body. Okay? So if you're eating cabbage and Brussels sprouts and cauliflower and mustard greens, please stop eating them. Okay? All right. So if you have a slow and sluggish metabolism, if you just feel tired all the time, it's because you're eating wheat, kidney beans, and navy beans. Cabbage, period. I wouldn't eat no bok choy. I wouldn't eat no nothing in the cabbage family. If you are confused about cabbage, y'all think that the cabbage is not cabbage because it's red? I did not say green cabbage. I said cabbage. I don't even know your blood type. You don't know your blood type? Listen, go to Amazon and get the blood typing kit. It's called the Eldon. Oh, here we go. It's called the Eldon blood typing kit. It'll cost you $10. And then you'll know in 5 minutes. The nurses that I had at the hospital when I was in the hospital last week, none of them knew their blood types. None of them knew their blood types. And y'all know damn well I talked to everybody in that hospital that came in contact with me about eating according to your blood type. First of all, none of them understood how I'm 56 and that my son was 34. They couldn't understand that this is the first time I've heard about me having heart issues. Okay, because my EF number was at 20. They couldn't understand why I didn't have any other diseases. They just couldn't understand it. Like, you don't have diabetes, you don't have nothing that an average 56-year-old black woman is supposed to have. And I said, that's because I eat from my blood type. You're like, what you mean? I said, well, do you know your blood type? And all of them were like, no. And a couple of them were severely overweight. Like one lady, when I went back to the hospital, understand why how you 56 years old and da, da, da. And so I said, even for my blood type, and she's the only one that did know her blood type, and she was a blood type A. I said, well, blood type A, you're not supposed to be eating any meat at all. And immediately she said, oh, I can't give up meat. She had to be 400 pounds. She had to be easily. She said, oh, I can't give up meat. I love my meat. And I'm thinking to myself, I see that. But what I told her when I was walking out of the room, I said, if you stop eating meat, all of this would fall off, like immediately. Just left it at that. So I have learned that all I need to do is just rain on people, just sprinkle, and go on about my business. She'll look it up, because every person that I say any of this to, they eventually go look it up. Damn meat was just sitting in yeah, because you don't have enough stomach acid to break down the meat. It's just sitting there. Where is it going to go? So not only is it just sitting there, but it's putrefying. So you have a bunch of old dead meat in your system, putrefying, making your whole gut just blah. Blah. You said people will choose suffering and passing on before they change their, yeah. That's addiction. You know, a lot, it's not so, I don't know. Half the time I say it's addiction, and other times I'm like, you're choosing to do it. But I think people are so entrenched in culture that they couldn't imagine eating any differently. I'm 5'6". I'm 5'6", 200 pounds. Okay. When I weighed 170 pounds, I was bone thin. Mind you, I was cut up. I was very muscular. But my brother said I looked like a coat hanger with clothes on. He said, your head is too big to be that small. But my doctor wants me to get down to 170. And I said, okay, I've done it before. I can do it again. It's not a problem. I might hear from her. Hear from who? One lady I gave the foods list to. But she was saying she's struggling to lose 25 pounds for her class reunion. And she's a blood type O. And I said, girl, you're going to lose 10 pounds in the first 7 days. My brain is too big to be that small. My big brain needs a big house. My big brain needs a big house. So, yeah. So she said she needed to lose this 25 pounds for this class reunion, because she had already bought the dress, and she tried the dress on, and she was like this in the dress, like she couldn't move her arms and stuff. And I said, here, I'm going to send you the foods list. You sent me your email address. I sent her the foods list. I said, oh, you'll drop that weight, because I think she's got like 30 days or something before that. She'll drop that weight if she's just eating some steak and some onions and broccoli. Y'all know how y'all do. Y'all know how y'all do as a blood type O. She cut out that bread and stuff. She'll be just fine. That dress is going to be loose. How do we turn this around for blood type O? How do we immediately make y'all feel better as a blood type O? What's the number one thing y'all can be eating right now as an O? Hi. You going on a cruise in December? You're blood type O? You get ready. I'm about to tell you what you need to be eating. Go get your foods list. Beef, number one thing. Beef, 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 beef. Blood type O is the only blood type that benefits from beef. The only one. The only one. And it doesn't have to be steak. It can be ground beef. It can be roast. It can be steak tips. It can be, beef ribs. Just beef. Because y'all have so much stomach acid. This is one of the biggest problems for O's. This is why y'all should never, yes, bison. This is why y'all should never be vegetarian or vegan. Y'all have an overabundance of stomach acid. Okay? That stomach acid can eat through your whole stomach lining in just 2 weeks. if you're not eating something substantial that will use up the acid. You eating a bunch of vegetables that don't even digest in your stomach, they digest in your intestines, are not going to help you. So you have a stomach full of acid that's just eating away at your own stomach. This is why blood type O has more peptic ulcers than anybody else. This is why. Y'all need to go just get a big slab of beef and cut it yourself. Okay, I know that the beef is on the rise. Hi. I know the beef prices are on the rise, but y'all need to go to Costco, get you a big hunk of beef and slice that sucker up yourself. Because what you're paying for is the butchering. Another little tip that I learned from a TikTok video the other day. Did you know that you can take your, this is what I've been trying to tell people, Perry, for a year. If you encounter other O's here on my lives, y'all should be going in together and getting a cow. So if y'all live in the same area, y'all should be pooling your money and getting a fucking cow and freezing, putting that shit in your freezer. If I were an O, I'd find 2 or 3 other people to share a cow with every year. That's what I would do. Okay. But yes, find different cuts of beef. But also, this is a little hack. You can take your beef, like beef that is expiring in 2 days or 3 days at Costco. If you take it to the meat department, they will mark your beef down. They'll put a whole sale price orange sticker on it. So if that package says $30 for something, you could be getting it for $12 because it's expiring. They have to sell it by a Best Buy day. So if the Best Buy day is 2 days from now, that's what I would be looking for if I were y'all. If the Best Buy day is 2 days from now, I'd be pounding that shit in my cart, taking it over to the butcher section and getting 50% off on it and put it right in your freezer. Tip of the day. Take your meat to the counter, look for the dates on your meat, and go to the butcher section and get it marked down. Okay? That might be worth me going into Costco just to get some lamb and put it in my freezer. I'm streaming on TikTok here and Instagram here. So YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. You do it all the time? Perry, how come you ain't tell us that? I hate when people be like, oh, I've been doing that for a year and you ain't tell nobody? Why you ain't tell nobody? I'm the only person don't be gatekeeping. That's why my lamb has gone up in price. I told y'all start getting lamb. No, it's not the same name from Instagram. It's Mama Trey Wilbon on Instagram and YouTube, and then it's CE Organics. You go early in the morning. Amen. I was very excited to hear that Costco has like this sushi section. Now you can go get this fresh sushi. And I showed it to Jordy like a month ago, like, oh, I need to go to Costco and pick up this fresh sushi, right? So I don't have to sushi myself. Because I be sushiing myself in my own kitchen. Come to find out, they done recalled all the fresh sushi at the Costco because of listeria. Glad I didn't have time to go over there. Go get your foods list because I'm not going to make it to AB today. I'm also blood type AB. If you do not have your foods list, please go to brewitbaby.com. This is one of the ways you can get there. brewitbaby.com, all one word. Get your foods list, download it into your phone. Okay? So the number one thing you should be eating as a blood type O is, you said you don't play with sushi? Yeah, I just make it at my house. I some sushi. And I've learned not to eat it out at the I don't really trust it at the restaurants because I do not like fresh fish because there's so many parasites in it. I don't mess with it. I always advise that you get your fish and you freeze it first, because at least that will freeze and kill the parasites. But if you're eating a lot of fresh fish, I guarantee you have parasites. And those parasites, you guys, hold on. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Look who I forgot to bring on to the live with us. Here comes Fats. Hi, Fats. Back there blending into the darkness. Darkness is. Come here. Come here. Come here, Bubba. You do not do what I tell you to do. Say hi to the microphone. He gets so pissed off when I bring this microphone. Hi, Bubba. What's going on, Fat Daddy? Who are you fussing at? Oh my gosh. As soon as I bring out the microphone, there's always some drama. Who are you fussing at, Fats? What's the problem? Who are you mad at? Okay. I put it down. Sheesh. Can never have no fun around here. Look at him, walked off. He walked off. Like he came out here to cuss me out and left. You better not bring that fucking microphone out. He is the fun police. So yeah, listen. I do not know. He's not a Labrador. He is a pit bull border collie mix. And he's 95 pounds and he thinks he's a Chihuahua. He does run the house, actually. He was losing his shit when I wasn't here, though. I know that. I'm not going to talk about him because he'll sneak up on me. No, I wasn't talking about you. Look, now you're going to be over there. Look. Ugh. Now he's going to be on duty. So listen. My advice, always freeze your fish first. That's also my advice if you're eating tofu, which as a blood type O you cannot have. Okay. However, if you're going to get fish, please freeze it first because that will kill the parasites. Okay. Blood type O can have all the red meat, not just beef, but you are the only one that can have beef. Okay. So you can have lamb, you can have bison, venison, all the reds. Okay. Goat. No, y'all can't have goat. B can have goat, but you can't have goat. Okay. That's on your neutral list. So if you're going to have it, just have it once in a while, but just stick with the beef. Everything will work out for you. Okay. My cheap places, if you're going to get beef, I always suggest getting it from Restaurant Depot. If you have a Restaurant Depot, yes, you have deer. Deer is venison, right? Isn't deer venison? I could be wrong. I've been wrong once or twice. But Restaurant Depot, if you don't have a membership, definitely just order it off of Instacart. That's what I do. Also, Costco, do the little hack with the going to the butcher thing. Okay. You ate steak for breakfast and you had so much energy. That's what I'm telling y'all. This is why I said I can't stand to know. Like y'all used to be bitching for avocado toast. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? You could make one big steak. Hey girl, hey. You can have one big steak and eat on that sucker all day. You can have some for breakfast, some for lunch, some for dinner. If I were to know, I'd have steak in my purse right now. When I went to the hospital, I probably would have had steak in my purse. Like you would smell me coming. You would be like, is somebody barbecuing? Do y'all smell that? No, it's just me. It's just me. I'd be using beef tallow after I got out of the shower, just rubbing it all on my skin. What are y'all doing? What are you doing? Why are you not beef, beef? I would have cow printed furniture. My furniture would be brown and white. I mean, this would be me. I would dedicate my soul and every part of my being to cows. What are y'all doing? Why are y'all having such a hard time with this? I don't get it. The easiest blood type on the planet, and y'all having problems. I don't get it. So anyway, here are the things that are going to reduce inflammation in your body. I can't make it to another one. It's late. Y'all, it's already late. It's already 11 o'clock on your side of town. Okay, I'm in Vegas. It's 11 o'clock over there. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll start with blood type A tomorrow. Okay? But let's finish up the O's. So these are the things that are anti-inflammatory for you, and it's going to help you drop weight super quickly. Omega-3 containing fish. So that is cod. Everyone benefits from cod, no matter what your blood type is. Okay? So if you don't know what your blood type is, you've been through heart attack buffet. No. But I've had heart attacks, apparently, for the past few weeks. But it ain't nothing to do with no beef. Okay? So, listen, if you are the people that are having heart attacks because their cholesterol is so high and all this other shit that y'all are buying into, are people that are not supposed to be eating beef. You're not going to have any O's out here having a bunch of heart attacks unless they are eating their beef with potatoes. There's not one person that is sitting here and eating just beef and just the vegetables they're supposed to be eating, having a heart attack. Y'all are eating a steak next to a big ass baked potato slathered in sour cream and butter, which you're also not. 3 things you ain't supposed to have: potatoes, sour cream, and butter. Then you're going to have some bread next to it. You ain't supposed to have that either. So if y'all out here having heart attacks and then you're blaming it on the beef, the one thing on your plate that made you have a heart attack, the one thing that kept you from having a heart attack up until that point was probably the beef. Stop blaming the beef. There has been a concerted effort to make beef so bad in your mind, but all the rich motherfuckers in this country are eating beef. If beef was so bad, why are they serving it at the Rose Garden Cafe that Dr. Trump just made? If beef is so bad, why are they serving 3-inch thick steaks at the Rose Garden Cafe? They want poor people to eat chicken. They want poor people to eat pork. They are the ones that want to eat the beef. So they want you eating all this fake beef, all this plant-based shit, all the chicken, all the pork, while they're sitting back eating tomahawks. So if it was so bad, just like I say about hell, if hell was real, white people would behave better. If beef was out here killing y'all, rich people wouldn't be eating it. Does that make sense? The other thing, now mind you, codfish is beneficial to all blood types, okay? You said 5-star steakhouses that don't sell chicken. You don't see no 5-star steakhouses in no hood either, do you? But you do see chicken restaurants, don't you? How many chicken restaurants y'all got in your neighborhood? How many steakhouses do you have? And you don't even have the highfalutin chicken place. You don't even have Chick-fil-A in your neighborhood. You got the Chinese carryout, and then you got churches, and then you got Popeyes. You don't even have the Korean chicken. You don't have the Chick-fil-A. 5 chicken restaurants, 0 steakhouses. So y'all benefit from cod, halibut, red snapper, trout. Okay. Y'all don't benefit from salmon, but steelhead trout is very much like salmon. Okay. Also, walnuts, hazelnuts, flaxseed oil, parsnips, peas, and pineapple. Okay. Pineapple. Get you a pineapple and blend it up and drink some every day. Okay. What is going to make your gut super happy? Oh my goodness. What is going to make your gut bacteria love you again? What's the number one thing, guys? Onions. That was a coupling made in heaven. Beef and onions. Beef and onions. All y'all ever needed was beef and onions. Pineapple sauce, what's in it? What else is in it? Is there any cornstarch or any thickener in it? I don't trust it. I don't trust nothing that's got sauce in the name. Deer's venison, I thought so. Only pineapples? What? Pineapples and water? You gotta send me a picture of that. Onions, guys, all y'all ever needed. Can you eat garlic? Yeah, why not? Absolutely. You say onions hate to see you coming. Beef and onions. Can you think of a better coupling than beef and onions? You know what I could eat every day? Some liver and onions. I don't know why I love liver so much. I haven't had it in a very long time. It's actually on my neutral list, but I think I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to eat some. Okay. Love liver and onions. They say, "Hey, Jordan, what up?" So hold on. Y'all also benefit from broccoli, string beans, escargot, chicory, Swiss chard, and kale. Okay. I got a big old bag of super greens from Costco. It's got the Swiss chard in it, the spinach, and something else in there. That's really, really good. So I just grab a handful of that, put some of my homemade salad dressing, which is literally just oil, lemon, garlic powder, onion powder. What else is in there? I don't know, something else. Maybe a pinch of, I think I put a pinch of salt in there. I use kosher salt. I don't use Celtic salt. How many milligrams? Let's compare. Why are y'all so into Celtic salt? Please explain. Please. I want to hear your argument. Why are you into Celtic salt? What is the deal? Sodium in Celtic salt. Ooh, okay. Let me check that out. Sodium in Celtic salt. What? Yo. I ain't fucking with that. Celtic salt contains sodium, but generally less per serving than regular table salt. First of all, everything has less sodium than table salt. Y'all need to know that. A quarter teaspoon of Celtic salt can have around 480 to 500 milligrams of sodium. Absolutely fucking not. Table salt has closer to 600. That ain't even that big of a difference to be spending all that money on some Celtic salt. No. Let's see how much is in kosher salt. Y'all be putting that shit on y'all tongue in the morning. Y'all crazy. Kosher salt. Kosher salt contains contains approximately 40% sodium by weight. So Morton's kosher salt contains 480 milligrams of sodium per fourth of a teaspoon. I have 4 different types of Mrs. Dash in my refrigerator right now. I mean, in my cabinet right now. That is too much sodium. First of all, well, let's think about this for a second. Okay. If I use a fourth of a teaspoon in my container of salad dressing, which is this big. So the salad dressing that I made was half of that. Okay. So I put olive oil, lemon juice. I used about 3 lemons, Mrs. Dash, and you know, Costco has this big container of Kirkland Mrs. Dash. I think it was like $10. Mrs. Dash is kind of expensive for them smaller bottles. Get the Kirkland Costco generic Mrs. Dash. It has the exact same things in there. I have the lemon pepper Mrs. Dash, and then I have the everything Mrs. Dash, and then I have that big thing. So I put some of that in there. And then they also have a pickled flavored seasoning. So it's a dill pickle flavored seasoning. And remarkably, the sodium is extremely low on that. Okay. So if I'm using a fourth of a teaspoon in that container, that's 480 milligrams of sodium per container. I'm only using a few tablespoons per serving of salad. So I'm not getting anywhere near 480 milligrams of sodium. Okay? Because I'm spreading it across several servings. So let's just say I'm getting a quarter of that each serving. That's pretty fucking good. But if you're putting a fourth of a teaspoon on your steak or a quarter of a teaspoon in your water and drinking it, that's a lot of sodium in one sitting. Does that make sense? Oh, yay. Listen, I want to thank all of you guys for your prayers because they definitely helped. Okay. Thank you so much for praying for me. I don't like strangers praying for me, but I know y'all family. Okay. So I'll stick with my kosher. I have not used any other salt in years, but please don't use none of that iodized salt. Okay. You have to stick with your renal diet. Yeah. That's where I didn't want to be. If you guys are not in our Facebook group, go over and join our Facebook group. Okay. Go over and join our Facebook group. It's called Heal by Blood Type. I think we have like over 700 members now. But go over there and join. Okay. So you guys can stay in the loop. You get your first recipe book for free. It's in the files. Just download it. Respect Charlie. Who's Charlie? I don't know who Charlie is. Who is Charlie? Respect Charles. Okay, so is something wrong with you? Who's Charles? And why are you telling me to respect Charles? Who the fuck is Charles? You do know him. Who the fuck is Charles? Charles who? Are you talking about Charlie Kirk? Man, if you don't kiss my ass, kiss my entire black ass. And I wish I had the opportunity to tell him to. So let me go ahead and block you. Bloop. Y'all can kiss my entire black ass if y'all think that I'm going to respect Charles. Get the fuck out of here. He ain't had no respect for me and I don't have no respect for him. I don't give a fuck what y'all feel about it. A white man killed your savior and you're mad at black people. How retarded is that? How retarded is that? How retarded is that? I'm pretty sure that person's going to go report me. So if y'all don't see me on TikTok, make sure y'all go and follow me on Instagram and YouTube at Mama Trey Wilbon. But I'm not going to be biting my tongue on this platform. Fuck this platform. I don't give a fuck. They can close this TikTok shit down today. I do not care. You got me on the first account. I actually was at bowling when you banned me and I cried about it. because I had worked very hard to work up to 200,000 people. And you just took it from me like it was nothing. So after that, you can kiss my entire black ass. I'm not building this account. I'm not doing nothing to build this account up. I will stay at 800 followers on this account until y'all crash. Okay? And if y'all haven't noticed how they are monitoring your speech and how they are censoring your shit, pay attention. Oh no, that man. I had nothing to do. No black person had anything to do with that man being shot. And in all actuality, it's your president that was behind all of that, if you really want to know. All of that was a fix, just like everything else was a fix. Y'all just don't, y'all want to believe what y'all want to believe, and y'all just want to set off this whole racial war. I don't even know why. Why are you mad at black people anyway? I'll wait. Mad at us for what? I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm going to tell y'all why. And then we're going to finish up. I'm going to tell y'all why. Y'all are still so upset with black people because you've done your best. You've done everything you possibly could have done to us over time and over history in this country. And you still have not broken us yet. That's the problem. You done tried everything under the sun. And we still get up and we still line dance and we still have barbecues. And we still go out here to church, and we still go out here and kiss babies and hug people. And it's like, you haven't broken us, and that drives you nuts. That's what it is. So y'all can talk about us being jealous of what? We do not age like cottage cheese. Y'all gonna have to be realistic. Trust me. There is not one black person that would ever trade places with a white person. It will never happen. It will never happen. Okay? No matter how bad it gets for black people, we still, if we had to be reborn again, we would still choose black. Okay? My Facebook page is Tracy Wilbon. You don't have to have my page to find the group, though. Okay? I want y'all to stop being delusional. It is delusion to think that we are sitting around wanting to be you. Okay? And if you want to talk about wigs, y'all wear more wigs than we do. Y'all wear more weave than we do. Just look at the statistics. Y'all spend a whole lot of time studying us. Ask yourselves why you're so obsessed with us. I feel like Mariah Carey all the time. Why are you so obsessed with me? That man spent his entire life, his whole career, talking about fake statistics of black crime. You're white. Why are you not trying? Let me tell y'all something. Bottom line. White people do not care about black crime. Period. Okay? For all of the think pieces and all of these debates and shit that y'all have about crime and the black community and this, that, and the other, y'all don't want crime to stop happening in our community because that's us killing us. But you are deflecting from the crime that is happening in your neck of the woods. I mean, we can see it every week. Y'all are shooting up your own schools. You're out here assassinating the people you're supposed to be aligned with. It's not our kids shooting up schools. It's your kids. And then to sit back and talk about how horrendous black single mothers are and talk about you're supposed to have the dad in the home. All of these mass murderers have their dad in the home. So what's the problem? Why are you out here committing crimes and you had a whole dad in the house? If you really want to know who is birthing the problem, it's white women. White women have birthed more psychopaths than black women have. Hello? Hello? Y'all have birthed more and raised more mass murderers than any other race of people. Hello? I don't even know how y'all can say shit with a straight face. I don't understand it. So who's the problem? Who's the problem? It's not us. It's not us. Everybody that's in the Trump administration right now had a white mama. Hello? Everybody that's responsible for tearing up this country right now had a white mama. So, how are we the issue? Black people have never had any power in this country. We've never had any power in this country. So, what does the head of HUD have to do with anything? What kind of power does the head of HUD have? Hello? Black women are not the problem. Black women are your issue, though. We're not the problem, but we're the issue. Do you know what Section 8 started out as? Do you know the history of Section 8? Section 8 was started for white women to have a place to live. Go look it up. Section 8 literally kept Black people out. Go look it up. Section 8 was designed for white women, single white women, to have somewhere to live, to raise their children. Even until this day, there are more white people taking advantage of Section 8 than there are Black people. There are more white people on food stamps than there are Black people. Go look it up. They did not allow Black people to be a part of Section 8. Go look it up. Do you know when that changed? I'm going to tell you when it changed. When they started allowing Black people to come into Section 8, it is because they had created all of these loans for white people to get, for them to move out to the suburbs. When they started coming out with all of these home loans, VA loans, and all of those other loans that you were able to now get from the government, that is when they started allowing Black people to take advantage of Section 8, because all of the white people had gone on to get loans to move out to the suburbs. So the urban areas were now given to the Black people once they moved the good white people out. Those same good white people were also low income. Go look it up. I love how confident and arrogant y'all are with no facts. Like, y'all just said, fuck facts. Facts mean nothing. And this is why that guy was so popular, because he talked with a very authoritative, fact-filled voice, but they were all lies. Like, all of these, statistically speaking, in psychology, which I went to school for, if you start the sentence with certain words like that, it makes people sit up and pay attention. Whether it is a true fact or not, when you say statistically speaking or any of these phrases, it makes people automatically believe what you're saying, even though it's a bold-faced lie. This is how y'all get sucked into this shit. Okay? This is how you get sucked into it. All of the social programs were established in the 70s by Lyndon Baines Johnson. Okay. And it was an initiative to help white women, not black women. So again, we're not the problem, we are the issue. Because when it boils down to it, black women were the most successful and the most educated in this country, and there needed to be something done about that. Okay. So this whole administration has really taken a bullseye and put that target on black women specifically. Okay. By firing 300,000 of us, by blackballing these programs, by stopping people from loaning us money for businesses, and all of these things are being done to us because we are the issue. Okay. Yes, because people had to go and litigate simply because they were discriminating against black people getting into Section 8. So what Section 8 is to now is not what Section 8 started out as. A lot of these laws and these civil rights are what they are today because of litigation. Okay. Where's the black man in all this time? Well, they're making sure you're in jail. They're making sure you're in jail, whether you're charged for something that you did or something they made up. Another way that crime statistics get accepted by you guys is there's a difference between arrests and convictions. There's a huge gap between black arrests and black convictions. Black convictions are not as high as the statistics they continue to spew. So when they're talking about crime statistics in the black community, they're only talking about arrests. Well, why are we arrested more than everyone else? Because we are preyed upon. How are we preyed upon? There's more police presence in the black neighborhoods than there are in any other neighborhoods. This is why those neighborhoods get away with dealing more drugs and more people dying from drugs and all this other stuff. If you go and look out in middle America, in methamphetamine, fentanyl country, you will see that there are way more deaths in their communities and way more people getting away with those deaths and those crimes than it is in ours. Just like they shoplift more than us, but they want to always show videos of us shoplifting. White women shoplift more than any other demographic of people in this country, white women. And they start off as teenagers. They think it's so cute and so funny, and they never grow out of it because they're never caught. You continue to do something over and over and over again because you're not caught. Well, they're not looking at white women in the Target. They're not looking at white women in the Walmart. They're looking at us. And we're the ones that have the money to spend. They're following us around the store, which allows them to get away with stealing a whole rack of shit. So we're getting harassed for coming into the store, and they're getting a pass every time. All of these things are easy to research, but y'all don't want to do that. Y'all would rather spew Charlieisms. Just like y'all don't read the Bible. You just pick out, you done heard 5 good scriptures and you live your life by that. If y'all actually read the Bible, half of y'all wouldn't even be Christians anymore. Because half the shit that y'all believe in ain't even in the Bible. All that gay stuff and all that, even your wedding vows. Your wedding vows are not in the Bible. So why do they have a Bible? Why do they have a preacher marrying you when your wedding vows are not in the Bible? Hello? So, what is going to help you with that thyroid function? Turmeric and sea vegetables. Sea vegetables would be bladderwrack, nori, seaweed, kombu, all those Asian vegetables are very, very high in iodine, which would raise your body's iodine levels so that your body will protect your thyroid against your own immune system. So the higher your the higher your iodine level is, it really will protect your thyroid against an attack from your own immune system. Okay. And then what is going to repair your leaky gut? Chicory, onions, peas, prunes, maitake mushrooms, beet greens, collard greens, and fava beans. So I'm gonna stop here because it's late. It's almost midnight on your side of the country. But we'll start tomorrow with blood type A. Blood type A makes up 42% of the US population. Blood type O makes up 44%. So as you guys can see, it's nearly 50-50. 55% of the US population benefits from red meat. The other 45% of the US population does not. So this is why we always have these clashes. I don't know why. I don't know why anybody else is concerned about what anybody else is putting in their body but their own. But there are all of these debates. You should be vegetarian. Da, 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 da. The only people that should be vegetarian are blood type A, if you're going to be vegetarian, which the problem with that is you're not getting enough protein. So if you're going to be vegetarian, you need to be incorporating tofu into that. You need to be pescatarian. There's no blood type that should be vegetarian because there's not enough protein in your diet. This is why you're losing muscle. And as we get older, we need more protein because we need more muscle, which is crazy. I'll be here around, I'm going to try to come earlier so we can get through all of it. So 7 o'clock Eastern time. Okay. 7 o'clock Eastern time, which is 4 o'clock my time. So we can get through all three of the rest of them. All right. So I want y'all to go to bed. Don't be up nosy looking at the internet. Go get you a good set. We're supposed to be getting a good 7 to 9 hours of sleep every freaking night, y'all. I was getting 2, maybe 2. Like all these months I was sick, I was maybe getting 2 hours of sleep. So I was deranged, honestly. I was crazy. I was a crazy woman. If your body is trying to heal up from any disease or any ailment that you're struggling with, you must try to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep because that's the only way your body's going to heal up. Okay. So I will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Until then, eat well and sleep well. I love you. Oh, go get your foods list and go take advantage of these 2 for $20 detox teas. Okay. See y'all tomorrow. Bye. And on YouTube.